Good afternoon and welcome everyone to the MCA Men's T20 Interstate Championship 2025. I'm coming to you live from the scenic BAYUEMAS Oval, and this is the third match in this tournament where Perak, the home side, is all set to take on Kuala Lumpur in what promises to be a cracking encounter of high octane cricket. Perak, led by Amir Malik, are coming in with a well balanced squad. They have the explosive Khan brothers right there, and the ever charismatic Sharvin as well in the middle order. A man known for turning games on its head, and with his flair and timing, this might well be turning out to be a very crucial contest with the bat. And on the other side, they're also looking like they're a very well drilled, hungry, and definitely they'll be having the backing of their home crowd as well. But on the other hand, we have Kuala Lumpur under the leadership of the ever so charismatic Syed Aziz, one of the finest batters in the Malaysian circuit, and he has a decent captaincy record as well. And with that, Kuala Lumpur also boasts a very strong lineup that is stacked with class and experience. They include the likes of Virendeep Singh, Ahmed Faiz, and the consistent Arsalan Shabir, all heavyweights in the domestic scene, and their blend of youth and experience can make them a formidable unit. So, with that, at the Biomass Oval, this is a very good ground already. We have seen a very good match earlier. It is one where the batters have loved to get in the runs as well, and sometimes when the bowlers hit the accurate areas, it's been difficult to score as well. So before we dive deeper into the team, let's just have a look at the toss, which
Head, lady's head, tail.
Who's spinning?
Your name come first. I think so.
Yan lah. No, toss ah?
Yeah.
Tails.
Tails a call.
Tails it is.
Tails.
Kita you apa? Kita dah. Bola.
Okay, come take a photo first.
and we're back. Seems like Kuala Lumpur have won the toss and they have decided to have a bowl first. Definitely not a surprising call. We're seeing in the previous game, Vijay only do exactly the same thing in the first match of the tournament, and that move definitely has paid off brilliantly. The idea is very simple. Early morning, there's moisture, and even in the afternoon, looks like it's a pitch that is offering a little bit of grip. As you can look at the team of Perak, it is Ajab Khan alongside the Khan brothers, Aslam Khan, Amir Khan, as well as Rahim Khan. There is also the likes of Haziq, Syed Rahmatullah, Muhammad Ariel, Sharvin Muniandi, Muhammad Aiman, Lahiru, as well as Mudita. So this is a very strong lineup, especially a powerhouse when it comes to the batting lineup. And Kuala Lumpur, talking about powerhouse, we see the likes of Said Aziz, Muhammad Hanaf, Arslan Shabir, Jamshed Akhtar, and the ever so talented Virendeep Singh alongside Diaz Patro, who's a talented newcomer. We'll have to see how he goes on. And then the experience of Ahmed Faiz and Khiza Hayat alongside Mohammad Azri, the express fast bowler Arifullah, and Jashwin. So that is a blend of experience alongside youth. So with that, can KL execute the plan again? That is what we'll have to wait and see. Or will Perak make them pay for bowling first? We'll soon find out. I'm Abrar Hossain from up here at the com box, and what promises to be a very exciting contest here. Tactically speaking, I think it's a very smart move and one we have already seen work in the tournament before in the first match. When Vijay's side bowled in the first outing in the ground today, they have managed to exploit some early swing as well as the spinners have definitely done well. The condition here early on can be deceptive for batters, and the ball just nips around slightly, and the outfield is definitely lightning quick. But once you start timing the ball, I think the batters need to spend a little bit of time to be able to do that. And especially against the quality of a bowling attack that KL has to offer today, I think the ploy will be definitely to just allow that little bit of time for the batters to go out there. So the question definitely is the fact that will Perak go out there and have a blistering start, or will it be the KL bowlers who have proven match winners to just show their pedigree one more time? And just have a look at these two sides. Both are donning shades of yellow. So both filled with similar talent and flair, and it's just about which team is going to shine brighter. And that's going to be an interesting aspect that we are going to see. Looks like it is Captain Said Aziz with the ball in hand himself. He's a bowler with good swing up front, and especially with the new ball, he can be ever so challenging. And he's a handy all rounder, and we've seen him swing the ball with the new ball, especially. He can get that outswing going, but it is definitely his in swinger which is deceptive when it comes and lands in that right area. As you can see, even from up here, I think the patches of green are quite visible, which allows that extra bit of swing, especially after the ball pitches, there is movement across the pitch as well. So quite something to keep in the mind of these two batters of Perak. But like I mentioned before, Perak is coming out with a very strong batting lineup. The likes of Ajab Khan, Aslam Khan, alongside Hazik Ayman. There is Amir Khan, the captain, Syed Rahmatullah, the wicketkeeper. So many to talk about, and I haven't mentioned Sharvin Muniandi as well as Rahim Khan, who are known as explosive power hitters. So with that, Syed Aziz is ready with the new ball, and we're up and going. Here comes the first ball. Short pitch deviating down the leg side, that will be a wide. So tentative from side this is, but he can definitely make a mark very early on. Here's the second delivery, hurries on to him, not in control of that pull shot, and definitely that will bruise a little bit. And the batter is at this stage definitely doesn't want to show it, but it will definitely hurt him a little bit. So let's see if we can continue with that sting. But definitely, so far we've seen that Said Aziz has started off in that slightly shorter of that good length area. But with the new ball, it is the captain who is just trying to go at the batters. He's a known wicket taker. Let's see how he goes. And you can see hint of that. That is well bowled. And so far, nothing really off the bat yet. And what really makes Syed Aziz so dangerous with the new ball is his ability to swing the ball on both ways. Just have a look at that ball. Just after pitching, you can see that it continued in that very direction. So, really making it a little bit difficult with the new ball. We have also seen that he gets that late shape when it comes to that outswinger to the right hander. And definitely, it is a temptation for the batters to go on with the drive. But it is always that subtle in swinger, just like on that occasion. Although the length was not perfect, but you can see that the movement is going in. So he's deceptive, definitely with his wrist position. And when it comes to just facing his deliveries, it's never easy to predict which way the ball is going to go after pitching. So at the moment, he has a classic setup. He's coming in with a few in swingers, and on occasions, he's able to bowl that outswinger as well. So maybe he's just trying to line up the batsman. So far, he's continued with in swingers throughout his over, but he has a slip in play, definitely, just trying to pick up an edge. So let's see how it goes. So far, he started a bit tentatively. He hasn't picked up a wicket, neither has he gone for runs. Occasionally, he's also known to be someone who can take the pace off, and when he's targeting the stump, sometimes that can be very deceptive as well because that can draw a mistimed shot in the air. But on other occasions, he's continued to just stick with his hard length. He's best when he's attacking the off stump and he's going to hit that hard length day in and day out. And the consistent behavior in his bowling can often pick up the wicket. So far, it's been a tentative start for both the bowling side as well as the batters. And just when you talk about tentative, look at that full charisma on display here. Just goes over the top of the infield, picks up the first boundary, and this is eventually going out to be a very good start. It is Aslam Khan who doesn't like to hang around. He's a very aggressive batter. This time it was a good hint of in swing on that occasion, but it is the class of Aslam Khan that just is able to take it all the way to the boundary. So at the moment, definitely Perak will take it with both hands. As long as they don't lose wickets, they'll be happy. And if these two batters are able to spend a little bit of time out there, definitely they'll hope that the scoreboard will keep on moving. So with that side, this is to continue. Much better delivery and just watches it go all the way to the wicketkeeper. Eventually, the first over comes to an end. So a good start for Perak here. Plenty of options when it comes to the bowling, and KL is definitely going to benefit from it. There are lots of experienced campaigners in that lineup. We know that Virendeep can come in with the ball in hand. We know someone like Arslan is exceptional with the new ball. There's also the likes of someone like Said Aziz himself who just bowled that first over, and the ever so experienced Khizar Hayat as well. So when it comes to spin bowling option, all the way from the national team, almost everyone is featuring in this lineup. And that is really a worrying sign, especially given the fact that this pitch has traditionally offered something extra for the spinners. And we're seeing the likes of Arslan already into the attack. Arslan Shabir has been phenomenal in the T10 tournament that just finished shortly. He was exceptional with the bat as well as the ball in hand. And right now, he will want to continue in that very good rhythm that he is in. It is never easy to start off with spin, especially in the power play, but he's someone who's made a reputation for himself to be able to operate in this zone. Right now, giving absolutely nothing away. There is no room on Afa. He's attacking the stump very nicely, and so far he starts off brilliantly. Oh, that is smacked. Absolutely smoked. It goes downtown. There's a fielder there. It is going to be taking something from him. And the young player in Diaz Petro is not able to reach it in time, but eventually a good effort. And Arsalan almost just chipping in with a wicket here. But definitely you can sense that the intention is clear. Perak is definitely going to go after Kuala Lumpur given the opportunity. But on that occasion, Arsalan proving to be just a tad bit better in terms of the execution. He'll be well aware that that is the approach. This time advances down and look at the way he follows with that arm ball. This is exceptional bowling with the new ball. And so far, Arsalan is showing us how good he is. Definitely, he's going to knock the doors for the national team if he continues this way. He's been phenomenal, and this is the way he will want to continue. Short pitch this time, but once again, just quicker through the air and not allowing the batter to just make the contact with bat and ball. Once again, it is a dot ball, turning out to be an absolutely phenomenal over. So far, he's mixed it nicely and hasn't allowed Perak to settle in. This time trying to create a little bit of room on the offside and trying to perhaps go inside out, but once again getting a leading edge and the ball travels to not where he intended, finish us off with a single. But once again, this is a very good over from Arsalan Shabir right up top. And just now, it is looking like things are a bit difficult for Perak when it comes to getting a move on. They've picked up a boundary up against Said Aziz, but in the second over, it has looked like the pitch is offering a little bit extra for the spinners already. Said Aziz is a very competitive young man. He doesn't like to be hit for boundaries, so I'm very interested to see how he comes back and delivers in this over. Aslam Khan is not on strike, he's at the other end, but he will be definitely eyeing to pick his wicket up. Trying to have his fielders in the exact position where he wants them to be. That is an advantage of being the skipper. Nobody can ask or complain that why am I being moved so much. So with that, Syed Aziz is ready to start off his second over. Hint of in swing, this time thrashed away on the offside, doesn't even bother to look at that. He's disappointed and he goes back to start bowling once again, back at his run up. Quite a start from the batters of Perak here. It is Mohammad Hazi Kaiman who has smashed it on the offside, and absolutely nobody bothered moving. The moment it made contact with the bat, 4 was written all over it, and he's very happy. As you can see that the batters are shaking their hands in the middle, and they know how important this partnership is going to be. If they can target someone like Syed Aziz right up top, it is going to be giving them that extra bit of mental relief as well, because it is never easy to start going and go all guns blazing against someone like Saidiz, especially given that he has the new ball in his hand. So with that, he's already considered a boundary. Short pitch this time, thickish outside edge over the top of the infield one more time. It's a similar result, not in the most convincing fashion, but definitely in the power play. These are valuable shots. And it is that man once again, Haziq Ayman, continuing in his good form. Just you can see that it was picking up that outside edge, but it was very thick. And that is why it traveled almost all the way to a maximum. So excellent start from the batters of Perak at the moment. They're definitely picking on Saidiz. He's been expensive, already given away 16 runs in his 1.2 overs. Mohammad Haziq Ayman has scored 14 of just 12 deliveries. Aslam Khan has been not getting most of the strike. He's scored 4 of the 2 deliveries he has faced and almost going for a third time. This time overcompensates to be away from the hitting zone of Haziq Ayman. That's been given as a wide. So definitely not the start that Saeed Aziz would have wanted, especially given the fact that he has won the toss and decided to have a bowl first. So right now, momentum truly with Perak, and they have the explosive batting lineup. So really, if they get a start, it will be very difficult to contain them. Just like that, a play and a miss, a little bit quicker if you ask me, and this time beating that outside edge. So far, he's gotten that in swing going definitely, but his usual outswinger has been missing, and especially we have to say that it hasn't pitched in that right area, in that good length outside that off stump where he's usually asking the right questions. Mohammad Haziq Ayman this time advances and once again thrashes it. Look at that go all the way to the boundary one more time. This is the third time he's done it, and he's absolutely cruising here at the BAYUEMAS Oval. Saeed Aziz has been expensive. He's looking to produce that magic delivery, but so far he's unable to do it. It was a slower delivery, and he was ready for it, almost like a tracer bullet. He smashed it to the offside. Excellent start from Perak here. It is 24 without loss, and we are just 2.4 overs down the line, and already it looks like they're in with an intent to do a lot of damage to Kuala Lumpur. And they definitely have to do, because Kuala Lumpur has a strong batting lineup. They have the likes of the captain himself, Saeed Aziz, who's in tremendous form with the bat. Also, someone like Ahmed Faiz as well as Virendeep Singh. We know Khizar Hayat can do the damage with the bat as well. There's so many. There is also Arsalan Shabir, who's been phenomenal alongside Jamshed Akhtar. So just to name a few, you can see that the batting lineup of Kuala Lumpur is very, very damaging. So Perak will definitely want to get as many runs as possible, and they have started in truly astonishing fashion. Or led this time once again smashed away on the offside. Virendeep Singh fumbles, but that will be just kept down to a single. But you can see that the intention is clear. Every time that the ball is pitching in that area, Haziq Ayman has been able to free his arm, and he's definitely going after Saeed Aziz. So it's been slightly expensive in the context of how Saeed Aziz usually bowls. He's been leaking some runs in his opening spell, and just when it was required, it is Saeed Aziz who has the last laugh, and that chainsaw celebration comes out. He's picked up the wicket of Haziq Ayman, and just when he was looking to just clear the offside one more time, it is the in swinger that just the trick, and it is that old saying, "You miss, I hit." Just have a look at that. Saeed Aziz was determined to pick up a wicket here. Just has a look at the ball and once again delivers his destructive in swinger one more time. We have seen it before, and one more time it is Saeed Aziz, the ever so competitive Saeed Aziz, has the last laugh. In the end, it is 3 overs done. It's 24 with the loss of one. And now things are looking a little bit better for Kuala Lumpur. We know that they have plenty of good bowlers up their rank. Mohammad Hasik Aiman was trying to turn on the heat here. He's gone for 18. Even though he looked like he's scoring runs quickly, it is quite interesting that he scored 18 of just 16 deliveries because of the fact that how well Arsalan Shabir has bowled from the other end. His first over going for just 3 runs, and he continues in that fashion. It is Amir Khan, the captain of Perak, who's walked out to the middle, and he's joining Aslam Khan here. These two batters are once again very dangerous. They are known for their big hits, and Amir Khan is in scintillating form. He was exceptional in the recently concluded T10 tournament, and he was the second highest run scorer rather. So that really tells you how quick he can go about his innings. With that, Arsalan Shabir bowls a wide down the leg side, and Amir Khan is looking to get off the mark here. It will be quite interesting to see how he goes against someone like Arsalan, who's been attacking the stumps at regular intervals and not really allowing the batter to free his arm. Consistent bowling from Arsalan so far. Change of pace this time, guides it nicely. Attempted to guide that rather towards fine leg, but in the end it was a wide ball. So far, already 2 wides in this over. He needs to be disciplined. He doesn't want to offer free runs for Perak. Short pace this time, and he's never going to miss out on those. Poor delivery, smacked away by Amir Khan, picks up a boundary, and he gets off the mark in style. This is what he can do. He really reads the ball and the length very early, and that allows him that extra split second, which has often resulted in this kind of great shots. Just have a look at that. Slightly shorter pace, almost has an extra second to just think about that, and then eventually delivered in that right gap. This is the first time we're seeing a poor delivery from Arsalan Shabir, and that is enough to make him pay. Good start from Amir Khan. This needs to be a good partnership. On the other hand, definitely Kuala Lumpur will be hoping that they can chip in with one more wicket. They'll be happy with picking up either of Amir or Aslam just to be back in the game. And on that occasion, you can see a very good delivery. This time is almost looking like they're trying to steal a single, but it was never on offer. Ball went straight to short mid wicket. 2 more deliveries remaining now. In spite of conceding that boundary, he's only given 10. And look at how well he's bowling. That is drifting on to the pad, especially with the arm. He's a splendid spinner and he has great control. That is why it is always good to see him during the power play, trying to create some room on the offside, and he does that. Excellent shot. This is already a shot of the day contender, if you ask me. Amir Khan has done that before as well, and this time he finishes the over with a boundary. That is a trademark Amir Khan shot, and he's done that throughout in recent times. Once again, tremendous effort, if you ask me. He's picked up that right delivery, and every time he opens the arms when it comes to playing that shot on the offside, he just looks so good. So with that, he's moved on to 8 runs of just 5 deliveries. And interestingly, for a moment, I thought maybe Syed Aziz will come in and bowl his third over. And looks like it is exactly that what is going to be. So from one end, he's trying to just go on with the power play. If he bowls this, there will be just 1 over remaining. So he is not really relying on any other bowler to complete his work. So with that, Syed Aziz, who's picked up a wicket of the last ball, comes back in. And that is Aslam Khan at his glorious best. What a shot that is smacked away on the leg side. And he is known to play that shot with a lot of authority. I've seen him do that kind of damage even with bowlers who have much more pace compared to Syed Aziz. I can recall he has played that kind of a shot against someone like Rizwan Haider as well as Wafiq Irfan. So Syed Aziz, who doesn't really offer that kind of pace, it is really easy picking for Aslam Khan. He's someone who plays the pull shot well, and on that occasion, he smoked Syed Aziz over the top of that leg side boundary. Once again, repetition of exactly that. You can't bowl there to Aslam Khan. And look at that, how far the ball has traveled. And once again, easy pickings for Aslam Khan. He's never going to miss out, and he doesn't. Look at that on the replay. Absolutely going to make the highlight reel. This is smacked away on the leg side and almost breaking the window on that occasion. Just like that, he's quickly moved on to 17 of just 5. And Syed Aziz has really gotten his work cut off here. Needs to bowl well. He needs to start thinking of a different delivery. He can't be short to someone like Aslam Khan. Almost trying to go 3 on 3. This time he misses, but it is going to be a single. So excellent start from Aslam Khan. Syed Aziz already starting to look very expensive. He's conceded 33 runs and picked up just 1 wicket. So you have to say that he perhaps is not having the best of days, especially when he's known to be such a good campaigner with that new ball. The two shots that we saw before were absolutely of pure power and precision. He got underneath the ball perfectly and he sent it soaring over that boundary with absolute ease. And just like that, Amir Khan this time is trying to play with a lot of class. Doesn't get the gap though. And look at what has happened. I think that is no ball from the umpire. We have to wait for confirmation if it is. For a moment, I thought maybe he's signaling a no ball, but looks like he was signaling the count of deliveries. That's how much of energy is out there, how much of things are happening at the same time. Here is Syed Aziz. Short pitch this time to Amir Khan. He plays it over from fine leg, and that will race away to the boundary as well. Expensive over, very expensive. 17 off it already. And both Amir Khan and Aslam Khan are turning on the heat here. And it is Syed Aziz who's looked absolutely clueless. You got to start wondering why he's persisting with that short pitch delivery, especially because it is definitely not working. Both these batters are known to be great pullers of the cricket ball, and right now they're demonstrating exactly how to play the pull shot. Syed Aziz himself is a very good puller of the cricket ball, and he needs to be aware that he has conceded just too many runs so far, and he needs to finish well here. Slower delivery this time and a lot of swing. Even so late in this over, we're seeing that Syed Aziz is getting a lot of movement across the pitch. And eventually, umpire will signal leg by, but 1 run will be taken. So an expensive over comes to an end. 18 runs off it, and Syed Aziz finishes off his third over. He's conceded 38 runs and got just that 1 wicket. At the moment, Perak is definitely cruising in spite of two economical overs from Shabir. They have been getting the runs at regular intervals from the overs of Syed Aziz. So 5 overs done. It's 53 with the loss of 1, and exactly what Perak would have hoped for. They have gotten a start here. Trying to heave that on the leg side, not getting the connection he would have wanted. A prize dot ball for Arsalan here. Can he build up pressure? Can he build a few dot balls on the trot and just somehow extract a false shot from Amir and Aslam? Just when I say that, he's picked up the gap beautifully this time, racing away one more time. It is Amir Khan who gets one more boundary. This is his fourth, and he's looking very, very dangerous out here. Just have a look at that shot. Just cruising away with boundaries at regular intervals. And on that shot, you saw how he just moved away just one step towards the leg side, giving him enough space just to open his arm one more time. And he picks up one more boundary. Quickly moves on to 16 of just 10 deliveries. Arsalan, once again, now is not among wicket, and now he's starting to look expensive as well. This is what form can do, and this time smacks it, absolutely dismantles it, goes down the ground and huge. This is absolutely phenomenal hitting from Amir Khan. He has joined Aslam and he's looking things very easy for Perak out there. As long as he stays, runs will come and Arslan's figures will keep on getting spoiled. That is one for the ages. What a shot from Amir Khan that is. Almost like a golf swing. It was as if the bowler had given him an invitation, and Amir Khan was well aware exactly where the ball is going to be. And that is the kind of time he has. This time, creating a room on the leg side. He's disappointed to have missed out on that. And definitely, I can agree with him. If he got any kind of bat on that occasion, it will definitely would have traveled all the way to the boundary. But just to help his cause, he's gotten a wide off it. So 3 more deliveries remaining now, and continuing exactly what he wants to do. This time doesn't get the gap though. Ball goes straight to the fielder at short mid wicket. That is a dot ball. Amir Khan at the moment 22 of 12. This is turning out to be a blistering innings from him right up top. And this time doesn't get the timing, but it doesn't matter. It's good enough to take it over the top of mid on, and the fielder is inside the circle. This is going to ask some questions for the captain because the kind of innings that he is playing, he needs more fielders in the deep, and one more delivery will be remaining in the power play just to make life a little bit easier for Kuala Lumpur. Look at that. Once again, we see another goal swing, and he gets another boundary here. This is going to be a very good innings. We can already just have the precognition. He's already hit 6 boundaries and a maximum, and one more delivery remaining. This is the last ball of the power play. It is Arsalan into the attack. Can he produce a breakthrough here? And just played across the long line. Finishes off with a dot. 6 overs done. It's 68 with the loss of one. And what a power play it was for Perak. This is a dream start for them, and both the batters are looking absolutely set. And Kuala Lumpur definitely have the work cut off. Now, with the fielding restriction lifted, can a change in the bowling do the trick for them? We know that someone like Virendeep Singh is waiting around, and maybe, just maybe, he can come in and pick up a wicket because otherwise things are looking very difficult from here on. And with that, we have a change that we expected. It is Virendeep Singh who's introduced into the attack. Starts off nicely again, Aslam Khan, and now he will have a go at Amir Khan. Looking at the bowling figures, it is quite confusing. Arsalan has gone for 29 and Said Aziz has gone for 38. They have bowled throughout the power play, and that's quite an expensive when it comes to the bowling pair. You got to expect the frontline bowlers to be more economical, and that is why I bring up the question, why wasn't a change made during the power play? The captain persisted with himself and Arslan. We know that they have a reputation of doing exceedingly well, but sometimes it's just not your day. And from a captaincy perspective, you got to read this very early because otherwise you can go very expensive just like that. 6 overs, they had scored 68 runs. And right now, Virendeep Singh is doing such a good job. He's considered just a single. And that is exactly what was required even in the power play. So perhaps Captain Said Aziz has missed out on a trick here. Maybe he wanted to back himself and the strike bowler, and he was observing for something to just work in his favor. But we have to give credit to Amir and Aslam because they were definitely charging them. And talk about charge one more time, just of the last delivery when Virendeep was trying to run away with his over. He has picked up a boundary, and that too in such control. Just have a look at that. You can't really take your eyes off Amir Khan today, can you? What a shot that is. It's almost as if he's not playing cricket, but he's playing golf and he's smacking the bowlers at will. Just have a look at the batting card. Mohammad Haziq Ayman started the onslaught. He was undone by a very good in-swinger from Said Aziz. Scored 18 of 16 deliveries, but just with the help of 6 extras, the score is 73 with the loss of one. And now we're seeing a very good partnership between Aslam Khan and Amir Khan out there. Aslam Khan has been a little bit watchful, I have to say, even though that's not the word I'm willing to use. He scored 19 of just 7 deliveries, but he hasn't got much of the strike because it has been Amir Khan from the other end who's been absolutely phenomenal as well. He scored 26 of just 18 deliveries. He's been choosing the right ball and he's been going at a very good strike rate. Right now, we also thought of this. It is Khiza Hayat from the other end. So although Virendeep Singh started well, in the end, he conceded a boundary. And right now, there has been absolutely no dent in terms of momentum and the approach of Perak here. That brings in Khiza Hayat, the very experienced and someone who knows how to contain batters. Let's see how he goes. One more time, this is yet another bowler who starts off with a wide, but umpire will have to signal 5 off it because that's gone down the leg side and nobody was able to stop it. So not the best of start from Khizar Hayat. Already when runs are flowing, you gotta expect your experienced campaigners to bowl in terms of proper line and length. And you can see that Khizar was trying to just shoot it down at the batter and maybe not allow Aslam to just free his arm, but in the end conceding 5 wides. Khizar's job is definitely to tie down the batters, but just like that, you can see that once again there is demonstration of absolute power, and in the end decides to just take for a single. Khizar needs to be very smart here. He needs to vary his flight as well as his pace. Sometimes he can be a little bit predictive because he's often bowling those quicker deliveries. On the other hand, Perak's momentum is so strong he will definitely need to bowl a lot tighter than he usually does. And look at what has happened. Absolutely out of nowhere, the ball went straight to the fielder, and I don't know where Aslam Khan was running. Amir is absolutely disappointed, and out of nowhere, in the over of Khizar Hayat, they have managed to pick up a run out. Amir Khan is devastated with what has happened out there in the middle, and definitely it wasn't his fault. I don't know what happened to the concentration of Aslam Khan. He maybe thought there was a single on offer. He was batting very well. He scored 20 of just 9 deliveries and he was striking well above 250 out there. And really, this is the moment that Kuala Lumpur were definitely looking for. They wanted somehow to pick up a wicket and they've finally broken this partnership. Just have a look at that replay. This is very interesting. Hisar once again darted it down, and we have often seen this. Sometimes a batter, after playing a shot, just advances a few steps down. And Aslam Khan was trusting his partner. After watching the replay, I feel I can't really blame him. For a moment, he thought that Amir would have been running across down the pitch, but in the end, the hesitation was all that was required. It was a good backup throw, and Khizar did well to just uproot the bails. So excellent effort by the fielding side. They were alert to the situation, and finally, they've been able to pick up a wicket here. So even though they've managed to pick up a wicket, this partnership went on for 55 runs, and this has already done the damage, if you ask me. At the moment, the run rate is 10.77, and lots of more batters are waiting to come out there and express themselves. The captain is still there, Amir Khan, who just faced a beautiful delivery from Khizar Hayat that was targeting the base of the stump, and he somehow negotiates it by playing it down the ground for a single. You can see that he's still very disappointed. He's shaking his head, and the cameraman is doing a very good job following him and giving us a very good angle just to see what are the raw emotions of the batters and how the game progresses. It's not just about hitting back to ball. Sometimes these are the emotion that really expresses how much it means to the batters. With that, Khiza Hayat to continue. His 3 deliveries have gone on for 7 runs, and what has happened? That has gone right through the defense, and he's picked up a wicket. This is why he was introduced, and the experience definitely delivering. And he's almost running away like Imran Tahir does, and why he shouldn't. He's picked up a moment in this game, and he's delivering. It is Mudita who's gone back, and he's gone back for a duck. Would you believe it? One brings in two, we have often said, and that is exactly what has happened. Just have a look at that replay. He's just come out to bat. He's faced just that one delivery and is gone in that. Beautifully bowled, pitched in exactly the right area, and did not really have to do much. Off and running is Khizar Hayat, and deservingly so. So, right when things were looking good for Perak, Kuala Lumpur is sneaking in with a comeback. Even though the projected score is over 200, right now we cannot be sure of what is waiting to transpire because anything can happen definitely. A wicket or two will definitely bring in a little bit of a sense of control in terms of the run rate. And right now, with 80 for 3, it will be very important to see who comes out and joins Amir Khan, who's holding on to one end. Definitely, we have to say that Khiza Hayat has done his job. He's given away just 7 runs and picked up a wicket already. But right now, it will be another new batter, so he will have an opportunity to just deliver the good. It is Lahiru Darshana who's walked out to the middle, so it is going to be a left hand right hand combination now for Perak. Quicker through the air against the new batter, once again attacking the stump. So this has been a fantastic over from Khizar Hayat. He's really turned things up for Kuala Lumpur. He's conceded just 7 runs and a huge improvement after that expensive start of the power play. So it's not just brilliant, it's phenomenal. And then with an opportunity and almost carrying it, and he's disappointed, just eventually laughs it off. But that was an excellent over that is completed now. So definitely, Khizar himself has backed it up, and experience is on demonstration here. Eventually, this is a double strike in a single over, exactly what KL needed, and they are somehow crawling their way back to the game. Momentum is definitely shifting, and Perak will now have to definitely rebuild from here on. Amir Khan is still out there, 31 of 21, and is now partnered by Lahiru. Lahiru needs to be very smart about his innings, and in comes the experience of Virendip Singh. His first over going for just 5 runs, and now can these two operate and just get some kind of resilience in? Gets a single of the first ball, runs the first one very quickly, and almost trying to sneak in a second, eventually gets it quite comfortably. So good running between the wickets. Getting a little bit of turn of the pitch this time, and Amir Khan just happy to get a look at that and respectfully defends at that. Not the best of delivery this time. That is training down the leg side, and umpire will signal wide. Amir Khan is slightly disappointed that he once again did not manage to get a bat at that because there is no fielder patrolling that fine leg area. So any kind of bat involved would have taken it to the boundary. And just like that, Virendip Singh will field off his own bowling and he'll keep it down to a single. But Kuala Lumpur is definitely going to take it as long as they don't concede any further boundaries in the next couple of overs. I think they'll be able to crawl in this game nicely. And at the crease, Amir Khan is once again looking very solid. Scored 34 of 24 deliveries. He's keeping the scoreboard ticking with some fine running between the wicket. And Lahiru, who's just walked out to the middle, is yet to get off the mark after facing a couple of deliveries. KL bowlers have managed to take 3 crucial wickets already, and Virendip Singh is trying to improve on that. He's pitched that outside the off stump and he's driven nicely down the ground for a single. So far, 5 runs conceded in his first 4 deliveries, and he wants to finish well. He has a chance to bowl at Amir Khan here, and really that man who's standing tall between Kuala Lumpur and gaining full control of this innings. Quicker through the air this time, smashes away down the leg side, chases on. It is Khiza, and definitely it was the fielder from deep square leg who's done a good job. Eventually keeps it down to a couple of runs. Already 7 in this over. So in spite of not getting a boundary, they've done well to keep the scoreboard ticking and allows the ball to come to him and then plays with the straight face of the bat and picks up yet another single with which he will keep strike in the next over. So end of the 9 overs, and the score for Perak is 88 with the loss of 3. Kiza to continue. Oh, that is so well placed. Just did not pick up the boundary, but have to give credit to the shot that he has played on that occasion. It was a little bit of innovation mixed with the elegance of Amir Khan's class and almost looked like it will pick up yet another boundary. Kiza Hayat has done well with his field placing as well, and he's happy to be just coming to bowl at Lahiru. scored 1 run of the 2 deliveries that he has faced. I'll be very interested to see a slip fielder and in with a chance and does not reach the fielder. But definitely, it looks like Lahiru is trying to do something innovative because it is not easy to play against someone like Khizar Hayat who's bowling in such good rhythm. If Khizar can strike here, it will put Perak under real pressure and give Kuala Lumpur a strong chance to just come back in control in this game. And look at how well he's mixing the pace up. On the first couple of deliveries, you saw him just rushing it through, and this last delivery was so much slower through the air that it almost made Lahiru wait for that shot. So let's see if the magician can produce a wicket here, and that is nicely flicked away on the leg side. So Lahiru will go off strike and bring in Amir Khan. It is the much safer thing to do. He doesn't need to go after Khizar Hayat himself. The captain Amir Khan is at the other end, so he's batted beautifully. So I think Lahiru's idea has to be appreciated here. He's doing the right thing. And look at how well he's batting, even though that was such a good delivery, almost asking the right question, and just looked like for a moment that it will break through the defense of Amir Khan. Very last moment, you saw that straight blade coming and negotiating with that ball. This is close, and up goes the crooked finger. It is Khizar Hayat who picks up the very important wicket of Amir Khan, perhaps the most important wicket today, and he is doing the damage. He's really turning up his skills and he's executing them perfectly. Amir Khan was just trying to negotiate with this over of Khizar, and this time undone by a great delivery. Just a touch quicker and he's plumb in front. He's very disappointed. Amir Khan is giving us an impression that maybe he got some bat on it, but can take nothing away from Khizar Hayat, who's delivered the goods one more time. As you can see, that umpires have signaled drinks break, but at the top of excitement, we leave you here with a little bit of pause in the game. After this break, we'll be coming back shortly. Stay tuned with us. And just after that short drinks break, we're back with live action once again. And at the height of our excitement, I'm just happy to remind you all that it is Khizar Hayat who's just delivered the good one more time with the last delivery of his previous over. He's picked up the very, very important wicket, the very big wicket of Amir Khan. Amir, who was anchoring the innings so beautifully, is eventually dismissed 38 of 29. He was undone by a very good delivery from Khizar Hayat, and just out of nowhere, he was targeting the stump, and that ball just did enough from the pitch. And eventually, when Amir Khan just tried to flick it away on the leg side, it just got trapped in front. And Khizar definitely brought Kuala Lumpur right back into this contest, and now he's gotten 2 wickets as well as that run out. Set pattern is gone, so what an impact this man is leaving. And just when things are looking difficult, it's a very good decision from Syed Aziz to bring back Arslan Shabir. He realizes that the pitch is offering a little bit for the spinners, and he's introducing one of the best in business, Arslan Shabir, the left arm wily customer, into the attack. And he's up against Ajab Khan. Ajab Khan starts off nicely, cuts that one away, but doesn't get the gap, so it will be a dot. Ajab Khan is one of those batters who really can demolish a bowling lineup. He really has those big shots, but this time it is now about rebuilding. They have a little bit of run on the board, so they can afford to just see off a couple of overs, and maybe from there on they can just once again start hitting. He's now partnering Lahiru. Lahiru scored 3 of 7, and now they definitely are in dire need of a strong partnership. Arsalan will be happy to bowl to the right hander, and at the moment there is a left hand right hand combination going on. Now he'll be bowling to the left hander Lahiru. That is nicely tapped away. Smart batting from Lahiru. He doesn't really have to use the power if he's playing shots such exclusively. And on that occasion, he found the gap nicely for a couple of runs. Ajab Khan, as we mentioned, is someone who uses a lot of power and looks like he's in good company because Lahiru is willing to play with a little bit of finesse. So far, 4 runs coming off the first 4 deliveries. Arsalan has considered a few runs here, and that's another wide. His economy is 8.86. That's really not something we have often associated with him. Most of the time, in recent times, he's been very economical, and he's been even under 6 and over. So, really not having the best of day today. But Perak is already 4 down, and really they're in need of a partnership here. So even though we've seen such a good hand with the bat from Amir Khan Malik today, who scored 38, and Aslam Khan, who scored 20, the rest of the batters have not really chipped in. We saw a quick wicket falling in terms of Mudita, who's gone for a duck of the first ball when he was facing Khizar Hayat. And right now, Lahiru has played a few deliveries and he's not gotten runs as many times as he would have wanted. This time, cricket through the air and hits the pad of Ajab Khan. Now the dot ball, as you can see, that was just shot in from that good length area, and Ajab Khan did not really have the time to place it in the right area. 11 overs completed, it's 96 with a loss of 4. After that blazing start in the power play, Kuala Lumpur have done incredibly well to pull things back. The introduction of spin, particularly the introduction of Khiza Hayat, has been a game changer. His breakthrough, especially that of the wicket of Amir Khan, has been so crucial, and the KL bowlers since then have kept things very tight. Perak still have batting to come, and they'll be needing to rebuild from here. And in that, when that is required, we see the introduction of Arifullah. Arifullah, one of the most exclusively fast bowlers that is lurking around this circuit. He's someone who can produce a breakthrough out of nowhere. He's also represented Malaysia already, and now he's come back for his domestic side. He's coming in for Kuala Lumpur. He's someone who's steaming in, and if he is able to just produce that one magic delivery right now, half of the side of Perak will be out, and then definitely it will look very difficult for Perak to continue. So we'll have to see if Arifullah is able to produce a good delivery here. Otherwise, I think the operation of spin was something that was going so well for Kuala Lumpur. And a little bit of a hint of movement, as you can see. The in swing coming into the left-hander. With that, it is Lahiru who has gone off the strike, and in comes Arifullah against Ajab Khan. Ajab Khan enjoys a little bit of pace on ball, but this is express pace we are talking about, one of the fastest that Malaysia has to offer. And I'm always someone who enjoys such fast bowling, and Arifullah really can produce a breakthrough out of nowhere because this kind of pace really makes the batters play a false shot, and sometimes that lapse of concentration is enough to pick up wicket. And look at that excellent delivery, that in-swinging yorker against Ajab Khan, and that must have hurt him, especially if it hits the rubber stud. And just have a look at that replay. Comes running in and beautifully bowled. Optimistic appeal, really. That ball was going down the leg side and definitely not going to hit the stump. But the damage is definitely done because these are the kind of deliveries that really plays on the batter's mind and keeps the batters modest. It really doesn't allow them to open their arm because once they're worried that the ball can come in that area, they're never comfortable to play against that bowler. Just like that, he produces one more very good delivery and gets yet another dot ball. So Ajab Khan is trying to just pick up some singles here, but so far he's been kept honest. He scored one of five deliveries, and after the loss of a wicket, not many runs have started to come for Perak here, even though they started so brilliantly. The first wicket fell at the score of 24 and the next at 79. So it is that partnership between Aslam and Amir Khan that I'm talking about. But since then, wickets have fallen at regular intervals, the next at 80 and the recent at 90. So after that, just 7 runs. And look at that short pitch delivery, not in any kind of control. The ball is traveling, but falls onto no man's land. Excellent bowling from Arifullah. And just out of nowhere, when Ajab Khan definitely wasn't expecting it, the ball just rises and makes life very difficult for him. He'll pick up a couple of runs there, but I think Ajab Khan will now be aware that Arifullah can surprise him. Just to make some correction, it is Lahiru on strike. That last delivery went just for a single. You can see him shadow practicing that uppercut, but it is not going to be easy when Arifullah is bowling with such express pace. Beautifully bowled and equally well played, but the fielding wasn't up to the mark. He appreciates the captain, but I think the effort could have been better. Arifullah concedes a single here, and Ajab Khan is back on strike. Just have a look at that. It was on the pad and flicked away nicely. It should have really been stopped, but that misfield allows the batter to go off the strike. Just one more required for Perak to reach 100, and we're around that 12 over mark. Let's see what this over is able to produce here. Arifullah has bowled exceptionally well. It has almost produced the wicket of Ajab Khan. Oh, this time he smacks it down the ground, and the pace should allow the ball to go all the way to the boundary. Eventually, with absolute ease, it manages to reach the boundary line. So Ajab Khan, who was being watchful, in the end picks up a boundary and gets a move on here. So Arifullah has been guilty of that sometimes. On occasion, when he doesn't pick up a wicket, he tries to do a little bit extra. And on that occasion, the length was right, but the line wasn't. He was deviating down the leg side, and it's never a good idea to be around the pad of Ajab Khan. As long as you allow him to free his arm, he can be very menacing. And just like that, boundary conceded, 12 overs done, 103 with a loss of 4. And now Khizar is set to continue. And why he shouldn't, because he's been the standout of the bowlers among KL so far. He's been tight, he's been sharp, and he's also inflicted a run out. It's a very interesting field placement. There's a short mid on who's just trying to stop a single, and looks like Khizar Hayat is willing to bowl to Lahiru Darshana as many times as possible in this over. and an innovative shot attempted for the second time by Lahiru against Khizar, and on both the occasion he's missed out. That really tells us how good Khizar Hayat has been. He's considered just 9 runs, and he's been so good. He's applying the brakes on this Perak innings in terms of the scoring rate. He also has a chance to add more pressure, maybe by picking one more wicket. With the arm this time coming into the left-hander, and there is a good mix that is attempted by Khizar Hayat. Both the batters are relatively new at the crease. They're trying to find some fluency, and you can see that it is excellent field placement by Khizar Hayat, not allowing any kind of runs to flow. And so far, 4 dot deliveries on the trot. Can he produce a maiden here? That is going to be absolute gold for Kuala Lumpur. Nicely played on the offside, ruins the maiden and gets a single. So one more delivery remaining, and it will be Ajab Khan on strike. Since the wicket of Amir Khan, I think the intention has gone a bit missing, and the batters are just trying to survive. You can understand them trying to do that for a couple of overs. But now, after this delivery, I think they should start thinking of scoring runs, because I think if they manage to score around 160, it's not going to be enough given the strong batting lineup of Kuala Lumpur. So this is going to be a very interesting aspect. That is some smart bowling, but I think Ajab Khan is definitely going to take it. Umpire will signal 4 off the bat, and that is going to run away to the boundary as well. So a good over eventually is spoiled by that boundary. Ajab Khan does well to have picked it up. 13 overs done. It's 108 with a loss of 4. Khizar Hayat is absolutely bemused. He did not want to concede that boundary, and just like that, we have to give credit to Ajab Khan to have moved across and created that room for himself. Just 7 overs now remaining in this innings, and from here it will be very interesting to see what their approach is. Looks like Arifullah is brought back into the attack. I'd be very interested to see if Virendip Singh would have been allowed to continue, because he has 2 more overs remaining, and especially given the fact that Khizar Hayat has bowled so well, I thought Virendip Singh would have been allowed to just operate through the middle overs. But interestingly, it is Arifullah who's brought back into the attack, and he's someone who can also give you a breakthrough. But it's just that the wicket is offering just that little bit extra for the spinners. Good delivery, but driven nicely as well. Mid-off stops it. It is that man Khizar Hayat, and it looks like the ball is definitely following him. Arifullah starts off with the dot ball, and it is Lahiru Darshana, the left-hander, on strike. In his previous over, it was Ajab Khan who just smashed a very good-looking boundary against him on the very last delivery. Right now, it is Lahiru who's looked to play Arifullah mostly through the leg side. Oh, that is beautifully bowled, almost just going through the defense. And for a moment, it looked like he'll pick up a wicket here. But eventually, Lahiru negotiates nicely and picks up a single and brings back Ajab Khan on strike. to see how Arifullah makes a comeback. We have seen him bowl that short pitch delivery, and it was Ajab Khan who has pulled it away into the gap, and umpire had signaled a maximum. So really, it was as if he was ready to punish it on the leg side, and he was expecting the short pitch delivery. Almost predictable this time from Arifullah. You've bowled a short pitch delivery, gone for a six, so of course the next delivery will be in a hope for redemption. And definitely Ajab Khan was ready for it. That fuller delivery was smacked away down the ground for yet another boundary, and crucial runs coming now. And definitely Perak will be very happy with that. Expensive outing from Arifullah today. Already conceded 18 runs. He's yet to pick up a wicket as well. So after this over, it will be very interesting to see if he's allowed to continue. And with that, it looks like Ajab Khan is ready and he's reading Arifullah quite well. He knows exactly what he's trying to deliver. And here's the last ball of this over, shuffling across, creating that room. Umpire will signal wide. So definitely he spoiled the rhythm of Arifullah. Arifullah is definitely someone who operates with a lot of hope and a lot of rhythm. So once you are able to spoil it, you really are able to play with the mind of Arifullah. So that's really something that Ajab Khan has been able to execute. He has made life very difficult for Arifullah here. At the moment, he's bowling at an economy of just under 10. So he wants to finish nicely here. One more delivery remaining. Ajab Khan on strike. And look at that. Exactly what I was mentioning. He's lost his rhythm. He's bowled a couple of wides now. And those two shots are definitely playing in the mind of Arifullah. So Arifullah takes a little bit of time and once again runs in with that smooth run up. Beautiful looking action. This time short pitched and errors in his judgment. One more time, he has been smashed away. He is bowled to the strength of Ajab Khan, really. And definitely, we have to say that facing the express pace of Arifullah, one of KL's quickest bowlers, Ajab Khan has definitely stood tall and smashed him for 6-4 and now one more boundary. So, in the end, that over definitely working for Ajab Khan, and he's shown such finesse with the control of that pull shot. So this little burst has shifted momentum back towards Perak just when they needed it. After a few quiet overs, this aggression is a clear message that they're not going to let the innings stall around. Arif will feel the heat. Pace can just be a weapon sometimes, but Ajab is showing that it can be punished just as brutally as well. So now Khizar has got his work cut off here. Although they were controlling the run rate, it is that last over that has spoiled figures. This is the last over of Khizar Hayat. His 3 overs have gone for just 14 runs, and he needs to finish 9. Lahiru has been a spectator from the other end. I'm just interested to see if he just starts to just up the scoring from the other end as well, because Ajab Khan, once he starts going, is someone who can take the game away from you in very little time. So either Lahiru has to go and keep scoring and just pick up a few boundaries himself, or he should just pick up a single and bring back Ajab Khan. Short pitch delivery, you have to say that the batter has missed out on that occasion. An excellent fielding from the experienced campaigner Ahmed Faiz, who's fielding at a very interesting position as well. Something like a short mid wicket. And Kizar has done well to have that fielder. That is well bowled, almost picking up a wicket with that one, creating that angle. And on that occasion, the ball just turning slightly to hold its line. And that is enough to create some doubt in the mind of Lahiru. Starts off with 2 dots. So after that expensive over, looks like Kuala Lumpur is trying to regain some kind of control. This is going to be very close, and up goes the finger. Once again, it is Khizar Hayat who delivers, and exactly when required, he stepped up for his team And that is what experience is accounted for. And he's done that so many times throughout his career. One more time, he is able to do it, and exactly when they need it. The partnership is broken. Lahiru has to go back, and it is yet another batter who's trapped in front by the experienced and intelligent spinner Hiza Hayat. Just have a look at that replay. That was quicker through the air one more time and just held its line. The batter is trapped in front, and the celebration comes out. He is happy, and why shouldn't he be? Half of the team are back at the hut. It is 127 for 5 in the completion of 14.3 overs, and in comes the very charismatic and dangerous Sharvin Muniandi. The right man definitely for the job, and he's going to partner Ajab Khan, who is looking very dangerous. So this is going to be the make or break partnership with Ajab Khan. If Sharvin is able to continue and keep the scoreboard ticking, we're looking at a very big total. And otherwise, if Khizar Hayat is able to produce a wicket, they can be rattled out for a total that Kuala Lumpur will be happy to chase. Quite an interesting phase here, and we are coming with three crucial deliveries. Khizar Hayat has played so many games with Sharvin Muniandi. They train with each other, so they must be aware of each other's strengths and weaknesses. Starts off brilliantly. That ball was deviating down the leg side, and Sharvin does well. The timing is something that we have to watch out for. Keeper doesn't collect, and that ball just hits Sharvin on that uncomfortable area. I think it has hit his tummy. We have to hope that he's safe, but these are very uncomfortable because your stomach is an area which is not protected. And look at that. He was just ball watching, and the keeper just thought it is difficult for him to gather. And with that, the ball has hit him. It's good to see that Syed Aziz is checking him. And looks like he's okay to continue, but a little bit of delay just to allow him that breath of fresh air. With that, Khizar Hayat has two more deliveries remaining up. Really needs to pick up a wicket and break this final partnership because after him, I think the captain Syed Aziz can only rely on Virendeep Singh because the other bowlers have been slightly expensive. Even to the right hander, you can see that there's a short mid wicket in play. Sharvin plays with soft hands, and that's a dot to start things off after that blow to his stomach. So he's a bit tentative, just hoping for something to happen for his side. Nicely played this time. And Khizar Hayat finishes off with a dot ball. An excellent over comes to completion. He's done so well today, considered just 16, and he's picked up 3 wickets. That's how good he has been. And what is happening out there? This time, Sharvin's straight drive, I think, hits Khizar on somewhere around his chest. We'll have to wait and see in the replay. Let's see how it goes from here. But nevertheless, it is going to be awkward. But one good thing is the fact that he's finished off his spell. So completion of a very good one. He's picked up 3 wickets and delivered one more time for his side. And just like that, we have almost reached the final phase. 5 overs remaining now, and what started off like a very good show with the bat is now looking like a balanced contest between bat and ball. Mohammad Hasik Aiman opened the innings. He was undone by a good delivery from Syed Aziz. He scored 18. Aslam Khan scored 20 of 8. And Mudita was gone for a duck. Lahiru was just picked up by Khizar Hayat. He scored 10. But it is that man, Amir Khan Malik, who's once again delivered the good with the bat. He scored 38 of 29. And right now it is Ajab Khan who's doing a good job with the bat in hand. He scored 26 of 12 deliveries. He's still out there batting at a strike rate of 216. And he's now joined by the dependable Sharvin Muniandi, scoring 2 of 3. For the first time today, we are seeing Muhammad Azri Azhar. He's another specialist with the dead ball, and we'll have to see how he goes on from here because Ajab Khan has already shown us how dangerous he can be against faster bowlers. Poor delivery to start things off and almost producing a wicket with that one. The fielder does well. So, although it will not be a wicket, but he has definitely saved 6 runs. But if you ask me, I feel that Ajab Khan has definitely missed out on that one because it was a low full toss just asking to be hit, and it went all the way almost down the throat of that fielder at deep square leg. So, what could have been a six could have been a wicket as well. So, Azri Azhar starts off a little bit tentatively, but Kuala Lumpur will be hoping that he can come back more swiftly. Here's Azri Azhar with the second delivery. Much better from him, almost going for that Yorker. Sharvin does well and picks up a single, brings back Ajab Khan. Ajab Khan has looked very dangerous, especially against the faster bowlers. He's punished everything that has been shot, and he's been good on the leg side dominantly. Maybe he can just exploit a few shots on the offside as well, which can confuse the bowlers. Trying to do that exactly when I mentioned, just going over the top of the infield, the ball will go all the way to the fielder in the deep. It is Virendeep Singh who picks it up and throws it at the non-striker's end, but the backing up isn't quite up to the mark. So eventually, they will manage a couple of runs with a lot of ease. So with that, Ajab Khan is still on strike. He's moved on to 29 of just 14 deliveries, still striking over 200. And look at that, it is a no ball. Would you believe it? It's a free hit, exactly what Perak would have wanted. Sharvin is on strike. This is going to be a very crucial delivery. If Sharvin can pick up a boundary here, I think that will do a lot to his confidence. Here's Azriaza. What a shot, thrashed away on the offside, just one bounce over the fence, exactly what he needed. And now, with Sharvin Munyandi, who's already picked up a boundary, if he continues just dominating the fast bowlers as well, things will look very difficult for Kuala Lumpur. Three more deliveries remaining. This is already turning out to be a very expensive over. Three deliveries have gone for 10 runs, and it is Sharvin Munyandi who's on strike. Can he continue hitting? Slower delivery this time, waits for that and tries to play it away on the offside, doesn't get the gap. The ball reaches Amit Faiz and he throws it back to the fielder. So a prize dot delivery that Azriaza was searching for. Sharvin Munyandi is looking a bit exhausted. I think he's under a little bit of pain, but he doesn't want to show it. He's a very good batter, extremely powerful, has fast hands, and want to finish nicely for Perak here. Doesn't get the timing, and that is going to be another single. Brings back Ajab Khan. Ajab Khan has his work cut off here. He's scored 30 of just 14 deliveries. He's batting at a very healthy strike rate, but we'll have to wait and see if he can pick up boundaries on regular intervals because not many overs are remaining. He'll want to take his team to a big total and get as many as possible. And that's not the area you want to bowl to. Someone like Ajab Khan smashes it away, easily clears the rope. That's the amount of power that he has behind the shots, and he's picked up a maximum. So finishes the over with a flurry, and an expensive over from Azri Azhar comes to an end. 16 overs done. It's 146 for 5, and Ajab Khan has quickly moved on to 36 of 15. This is the amount of damage that he can inflict if he's allowed to spend a little bit of time. And exactly after Amir Khan Malik's departure, this is the kind of innings that was required from Ajab Khan. He's delivering the goods definitely. From the other end, Sharvin Muniandi should also step up so that they can just attack from both the ends and make life very difficult for Kuala Lumpur. It is Virendip Singh who's finally brought back into the attack, and for my liking, it's been a decision that has been a touch too late. We'll be waiting to see if this decision works in favor of Kuala Lumpur or not. But so far, all the batters have conceded so many, all the bowlers have conceded so many runs that it's difficult to just decide which decision would have played well for Kuala Lumpur. So here comes Firandeep against Sharvin. They've played a lot of cricket against each other. They know themselves inside out. But one thing is knowing, the other is translating. And look at the way Virendeep Singh starts. He's attacking the stump, not really allowing Sharvin Muniandi to open his arm. And this is a very crucial dot delivery to start things off. Oh, what a shot that is! Swept away to perfection, clear the fence, and absolutely sailing over and reaches the dugout. The teammates will be collecting that and not anyone from the opposition. You can see what a shot that is on the replay. An excellent shot that will make up the highlight reel later. We have confirmation there that is a maximum. And Sharvin Muniandi really starting to look very dangerous. Already hit a 6 and a 4, moved on to 14 of 6. And just now he's picked up a very quick single as well. So just after hitting a maximum, pick up a single, and you can sense that Sharvin Muniandi is also willing to spend some time out there. And as long as he's there, Perak will feel that even 200 is on the card. Beautifully bowled this time, just creating that difficult angle. And I think Ajab Khan is indicating exactly that the ball was drifting in, but after pitching, there was a little bit of turn as well. So almost creating that loop that is difficult for the right hand batters to negotiate. Two more deliveries now. This time it is Ajab Khan who has smashed one down the ground. That will be yet another maximum. So looks like the batters are taking something out of Virendeep Singh here, and they're just trying to go after him, not really allow him to settle in this later part of the innings with the ball in hand. And he's already conceded 13 runs. One more delivery remaining here. And at the moment, Perak have once again reached a launching pad. Can they produce as many as they can here? Look at that, smashed away on the offside. The ball is running away, so an expensive over comes to an end from Virendeep Singh. He's gone on to score 17 in it, and Ajab Khan has reached a half century in style. He's gone he still requires 4 runs for his half century, but he's gone on to score 46 of just 18 deliveries. Sharvin is also out there scoring 15 of just 10, and now just 3 overs remaining. Saeed Aziz, the captain, is in search of someone who can step up with the ball in hand and maybe just is able to break this partnership here. He was unsure who to go to, and that brings us to Arifullah one more time. Arifullah has been the most expensive when it comes to bowlers who have bowled at least 2 overs. He's gone away for 26 runs in his 2 overs. Is that the right choice? But he doesn't have much more options, does he? Either he has to go back to himself or someone like Azri Azhar who's gone for 17 runs. So really, in a difficult situation, is the captain of Kuala Lumpur, doesn't know who to go to, and we have to give credit to the batters Sharvin and Ajab Khan, just the way they have gone on to bat in this innings. Starts off with a length ball, should have been put away. Good running between the wicket, but that will only be a single. So Arifullah just needs to continue giving away at least singles. As long as he doesn't concede boundaries, I think Syed Aziz will be very happy. And here comes Arifullah to continue against Ajab Khan, who's on 46. Just misses out on that one. I think the bowler will feel that he's missed the top of off. On the other hand, Ajab Khan is complaining that the ball did not really bounce as much as he had anticipated. Eventually, it's a dot ball that will keep Arifullah very happy. Here's Arifullah once again steaming in. Slower delivery this time deceived him completely. This is a very good change of pace, and Arifullah is bowling very smartly here. This is what is expected of him, and I don't think Ajab Khan was quite aware that he has that ball in his arsenal, because we've seen Ajab Khan just trying to use the pace of Arifullah throughout in his previous outing, and on that occasion, on twice really, we have seen him changing it up quite nicely. Credit to him for being able to mix it up, and three more deliveries remaining now. This is turning out to be a good over for Kuala Lumpur. Shuffles across, creates a little bit of room for himself to be able to play that on the leg side. But this time the running between the wicket is quite effortless and lightning. That is why 2 runs have been taken and Ajab Khan is back on strike. And here is Arifullah coming back in. So far, this is turning out to be a very good over, in spite of him conceding so many runs in his previous two. And looks like he produces yet another gem of a delivery. Buys will be taken because the keeper had fumbled, but full credit to Arifullah to be able to just contain these two set batters. Umpire will signal buys, and Ajab Khan will be back on strike. It is Sharvin rather, because that single was taken by Ajab Khan, and Sharvin is at the moment 16 of 11 deliveries. This is the last ball coming in. Just 4 runs conceded by Arifullah, and here is his final delivery. He's running in one more time. This time it was fuller and driven beautifully by Sharvin Muniandi. The fielder has done such a good job. Full credit to Arsalan Shabir, who's come in all the way from long off and stops the ball at deep extra cover. That is the amount of ground that he has covered. But for that shot, Sharvin Muniandi is able to get 2 runs. He'll take it. 18 overs done. It's 169 with a loss of 5. With no one else to go to, it is the captain Syed Aziz who's decided to go with Virendeep Singh. For his reputation, he's considered a little bit more than he's known for. His economy is 10 and over. So he has his work cut off here. And look at that shot. Ajab Khan, you beauty. What a shot that is. But doesn't get all the way to the boundary. For a moment, I thought it will. But nevertheless, he's gone on to get yet another single and he's inching closer to that landmark. Sharvin Muniandi is on strike, and here's Virendeep Singh to continue in this penultimate over. 200 is still on the cards, and if they're able to get plenty of this over, they'll be getting themselves closer to it. And with that, Sharvin Muniandi brings in that slog sweep. That is the biggest of the day. It has gone all the way over that dugout, and it has gone so far beyond that. What a shot this is from Sharvin Muniandi against his teammate on the usual outings, Virendeep Singh. And today, his opposition that he is bowling, he knows exactly which kind of deliveries he is to expect. But one thing is expecting, the other is executing. And look at that. Waits onto that one and thrashes it away on the offside. The fielder in the deep will pick it up, but not before he completes yet another single. Excellent batting from Sharvin Muniandi. And Virendeep Singh, once again, is expensive so far. He's already conceded 8. 3 more deliveries remaining now. He's up against Ajab Khan, who's on the verge of getting a milestone. Oh, look at that. There was a little bit of turn on offer, and the keeper fumbles yet again. So a single will be taken off that wide delivery, and Sharvin Muniandi will be back on strike. This is the right contest because these two have played so much of cricket against each other, and they will be knowing themselves as well because they've played a lot of cricket with each other as well. So Sharvin has moved on to score 25 of 14 deliveries, and Birendeep has three more legal deliveries remaining in this over. And here comes Birendeep Singh. Oh, he's caught in the timing this time, just over the fielder at deep cover. Not much wrong. We can't complain because the timing was absolutely spectacular. And Sharvin Muniandi is putting a show with the bat in hand. He scored 31 of just 15. And right now, things are looking very difficult for Kuala Lumpur. They're just dragging themselves closer to that 200. And if they're able to do so, things will look very difficult for Kuala Lumpur when they come out to chase this. Even with the likes of so many batters out there, 200 in a chase is never easy. We'll have to wait and see how Virendeep Singh completes. He has two more deliveries remaining. This is one of the most expensive I've seen him go. He's considered 46. And look at that. Greets his partner, smashes him across. Once again, scintillating timing on display. It is Sharvin Munian, the man on a mission, is quickly gone on to score 37 of 16 deliveries. And Virendeep Singh has conceded 52 runs and he hasn't picked up a wicket. Would you believe it? He's a man in the form. He's done so well for Malaysia, even in that recent tour. And look at that. He has been smacked all over the park and lazily completes his over, concedes a single, and it will be Sharvin who will keep the strike. Expensive, very expensive, not his usual outing with the ball in hand from Virendeep Singh. He finishes off with 53 runs in his 4 overs. He'll be very disappointed with himself. And just like we thought, it's 192 runs on the board. They're on the verge of getting to 200. And if they're able to do so, we have to give credit to the two batters out there right now. Excellent batting from Ajab Khan as well as Sharvin Muniandi. This partnership is turning out to be an invaluable one. Partnership is cruising at the moment. They have made quite an impression. They have this partnership turning out to be a crucial one. They've put in 65 runs together and they're still going. Last over coming in, it is Arifullah who captain Said Aziz has gone to, and the man on strike will be Sharvin Muniandi. He himself is at 38 of just 17 deliveries. He's played such a strong role, played with a strike rate of 223. And just when things are required, he's the right man for the job. Let's see if he can produce the goods against someone like Arifullah. Length ball smacked away on the leg side. It will be only a single. And Ajab Khan will be on strike now. Here comes Arifullah, who in recent times has bowled well. Ajab Khan is on strike, walks across, shuffles, and the timing is there. The placement is there as well. Good effort by the fielder, but eventually the ball goes all the way to the boundary. So almost like a sledgehammer, he's put away that to the boundary and he picks up a half century. This is definitely a statement, and he's definitely thwarted the plans of the KL bowlers. Just a reminder that Perak aren't done yet. Ajab Khan has walked in and looked like he's been the man on a mission. It's been nothing short of phenomenal here today. He's been in the zone. He's reading the game like an absolute veteran that he is, and he's striking the ball like an absolute superstar at the moment. 53 of 24, deservingly so. Slower ball this time, plays it down the ground. The chase will be on by the fielder, and eventually he'll pick up a single, but not before. The score for him is 54 runs already of just 25 deliveries. Sharvin, on the other hand, will have three more deliveries to get as many as possible, and just 2 runs are required for Perak to reach 200. Oh, this is some stroke making. Just watch how good the stroke has been. The fielder is just watching it go all the way over his head. And what a shot. effortless from Sharvin Muniani. Really, he never looked to overhit it. Just timing and placement, all that was required, and that is the class of Sharvin. He has moved on to 45, and he's only faced 19 deliveries. Umpire took a little bit of time, but from up here, I think the decision was quite easy for me to make because that looked like that has gone all the way with a lot of ease. So once again, turning out to be a very expensive over. Perak with that maximum had reached 200 already and smokes it this time through covers. There's a fielder there. It will only be a single, but looks like they're pushing it and they have eventually gotten the couple of runs as well. So here is Shavin. He's gotten the strike at the moment, 47 from Sharvin of just 20 deliveries. Last ball of the spell, Arifullah has been very expensive. He's not among the wicket. He's gone for 45 runs. And here's the last ball coming in. In the slot, Sharvin goes for it and he's been caught. He misses out on a half century, but that's the end of a very electrifying innings. Perak finished on a jaw dropping 206 with a loss of 5 in their 20 overs, but we have to say that this was destruction at the very best. We have to say Ajab Khan, take a bow, sensational 54 of 25. He was fearless, ruthless, and absolutely unstoppable. But a special mention to that cameo from Sharvin Muniandi. He's gone out before he's picked up his half century, but 47 runs nevertheless. This was truly ice in his veins and absolute power in his wrist, that kind of an innings. But also, we have to mention the captain Amir Khan once again was phenomenal with the bat. The others chipped in regularly, but eventually, after their 20 overs, they managed to score 206 runs, which will require some chase from Kuala Lumpur when they come out to bat. So, with that, I conclude from up here. After a short break, we'll be back with the chase. So stay tuned. We'll be back with live action very shortly. Thank you so much. Welcome back to BAYUEMAS Oval, and we're all set for the chase. And what a chase it is! Kuala Lumpur need 210 runs to win this. 200 rather. It is going to be something extraordinary to pull it off. Leading from the front is none other than Syed Aziz, striking out to the middle, look of pure intent. And make no mistake, intent is exactly what Kuala Lumpur will be needing right now. No time for caution, no room for hesitation. They are going in at the runs, and definitely it will be required for Syed Aziz and his partner to have a good day here. And we have to say that Syed Aziz definitely have the shots, he's got the experience, and he knows how to anchor and accelerate. But today, he'll need to do one better. He'll definitely have to dominate. He's up against his counterpart. It is Amir Khan with a new ball, and up against Syed Aziz, he'll want to produce a breakthrough. Asking rate is already 10.35 at the start of this innings. And he's walking into bat with Jamshed Akhtar, who's been phenomenal, especially in that recently concluded T10 tournament. And Jamshed Akhtar's phenomenal touch is also something that will be required if the captain Syed Aziz it would go all guns blazing. Because you can't do this alone. You have to have some support on the other end, but you don't have enough time. That's been only question, can he go out there and play his natural role? Because if he does, even 100 is something that is not too far of how explosive sciences can be. And we'll have to see what kind of an innings transpires from up top. Amir Khan, on the other hand, has produced two to start things off, and just one better on that. It looks like it will be yet and all, but that side bit of delay allows that single to be taken. Last time today, Jamshed Akhtar is on strike. Amir Khan has a slip in place, and Jamshed Khan is on strike now and plays that in the air, not afraid to take that aerial route, and he picks up a boundary. This is the kind of start that Kuala Lumpur needs, and right from the word go, looks like the intention is clear. This is not going to be an easy task, but if Jamshed Akhtar can continue with this kind of firepower, then maybe Kuala Lumpur is in with a chance. Just have a look at that. Not the worst of deliveries. It was in the line on that outside off-stump corridor, but it is just that class of Jamshed Akhtar which takes it all the way to the boundary. With that, he continues to dominate, but this time he misses the ball, and the keeper does well. So it's a dot ball, but you can sense that Jamshed Akhtar is in with an opportunity to free his arm. At the moment, it is pace versus poise, captain versus captain. So far, Amir Khan has kept Syed Aziz quiet, but you can never take away aggression from his mind. One more delivery here, and once again thrashes away. This time the top of point, and nobody there. So that will be another boundary. Expensive from Amir Khan to start off proceedings. And if I can remind our viewers, this is exactly the start that even Perak had. 9 without loss, and it's the completion of the first over. Just have a look at that replay, just with provided, and that was enough for Jamshed Akhtar to just grab on to that opportunity, and he picks up yet another boundary. So he's already started things off. If you just allow that kind of a partnership from one side and Syed Aziz just witnessing from the other, I think it gives him that little bit of confidence as well that everything does not rely on his shoulder alone. There is someone at the other end who's equally good. And if Syed Aziz can have that kind of confidence, it eventually just helps him better his game as well. So we're off to a good start, and Amir Khan will have to find a bowler who can produce a wicket early on, because otherwise they can truly get going. And once they do, it will be very difficult to get a good hold of the game. With that, Mudita is into the attack. He's a spinner, so looks like fast from one and spin from the other. Sadisi is on strike. He will just eye to dismantle this spin attack, because if he allows the spinners to settle in, we've seen how damaging it can be. Mudita Lakshan is just spending that little bit of extra time to get the fielders in the right space. It is left arm spin against left hand bat and watchful start from Said Aziz. But don't be too surprised if that slog sweep is around the corner. Happy to negotiate that by playing it down the ground, and it will be a single. So Said Aziz goes off the mark, and in comes Jamshed Akhtar, who has already smashed two gorgeous looking boundaries, and he just wants to continue from there on. Mudita so far has kept things quiet. He's bowled two deliveries and considered just a single, and looks like he's bowling with a different plan against Jamshed Akhtar, and that's good to see because it's left and right and combination up top. These are different batters. They have different style of play. Although both can be aggressive, looks like Said Aziz is batting with a little bit more responsibility, and Jamshed is just willing to throw his arms and everything. And just like that, we see a very good looking stroke. There's deep mid wicket in place, and rightfully so. That is kept down to a single. And Said Aziz is back on strike. Mudita so far has contained the two batters quite well, considered just 2 runs in his first three deliveries, and he needs to just keep going at it. Doesn't want to give Said Aziz any kind of free arms, so doesn't want to give any kind of room. Still making some changes and wants to have the fielder exactly where he wants it to be. Makes some room this time, plays it in the air just over the top of the field, and that is good enough for picking up a boundary. Disappointment for Mudita, but silky smooth from the KL speaker. He has used his feet beautifully and just allowed himself to get that little bit of room, and that was enough to take it over the top of the point fielder. So once again, we have to say that the footwork was on point and the timing was sublime. That's something that we associate quite strongly with the captain Said Aziz. Two more deliveries remaining now and already considered a boundary. This time short pitch, no delay in obliging. There's a fielder there and could have been a stunning catch, but just goes over and he misses it. But have to give him credit. There was heart involved, a lot of spirit, but he's just unable to hold on to that one. This time he gets a six. It was a touch slower, but it was short pitched, and Cyrus eventually doesn't miss out. He drags it and drills it on the leg side, picks up a six, and now truly this is turning out to be an expensive over. Already 10 in it, and this is much more convincing. This time over the top of extra cover. Chase is on, and eventually the fielders are doing a good job in pair, but the batter have managed a couple of runs. So 12 off it, and exactly what Cyrus is needed. He's gotten 12 of 8 and Jamshed 9 of 4. 2 overs done. It's 21 without loss. Here's the captain Amir Khan to continue. And this is a good decision to bring the keeper so close to the stump because by doing so, Jamshed doesn't have enough opportunity to come down at him. Amir Khan is bowling within himself. He's a medium pacer who relies on his outswingers. But we have to say, KL have definitely gotten the start that they would have wanted to, especially coming out to chase a massive total of 207. This time some width, but doesn't get the gap. Jamshed has definitely done well to get his 9 of 6, and Said Aziz has just gotten the move on that he needed. That is why we were wondering if the decision of bringing in the left arm spinner against the left hander Said Aziz could be a right choice. But these are the kind of decisions that can eventually work either ways. At the moment, no wickets have been lost, and 21 runs are already on the board. So a strong platform is definitely building. Can Kuala Lumpur keep this momentum rolling into the power play? Not in the most convincing fashion this time. Jamshed plays one down the ground and he gets a single to bring back Said Aziz on strike. I think the idea that Said Aziz will have in his mind is to go after Amir Khan here. It is captain versus captain, and these are the battles that are often very exciting for our viewers. But Said Aziz is someone who really likes pace on ball, and if he gets the ball in the right areas, I can assure you he's getting after it. Oh, that is well bowled, just away from the hitting zone of Said Aziz. I think he was undone by a change of pace, and that was good enough to just miss the outside edge of the bat on that occasion. Just one run so far have come of the first four deliveries of Amir Khan, and with that, he will want to finish nicely. This time, trying to play with a little bit of finesse, but doesn't get the gap. So another dot ball turning out to be a very good over, and Amir Khan is really dictating terms here. He has not allowed Said Aziz to free his arm, and this time he's kept him very quiet. Two consecutive dot balls against him, and right now he's bowling very accurately. Here's the last ball. This needs to be a good finish. And ball goes straight up in the air. There's a chance. Not in control. Ball up in the air. Fielder's converging and misses it. Would you believe it? That is disappointing. It was Aslam Khan. Should have taken it really, and disappointingly so. Said Aziz survives, and this can prove to be very costly because he doesn't give too many opportunities. And once the opportunity arrives, it should be taken. Just like that, Said Aziz survives, and he's living dangerously. Amir Khan Malik, on the other hand, has bowled an absolute blinder of an over, almost picked up a wicket, but eventually he's able to just restrict the flow of runs here. Two runs have been conceded of that last ball, which could have been a wicket. 3 overs, and it's 24 without loss. And for the first time today, we are seeing the likes of Sharvin Muniandi. He's coming up against Jamshed, who's looked good, scored 10 of just 7 deliveries. And Sharvin is known to be the man with the golden arm. Can he produce a wicket here? That is played on the leg side and almost looked like it will go for the boundary, but a spectacular effort by the fielder at mid wicket. Jamshed will feel disappointed that he did not pick up a boundary with that one. Sharvin, on the other hand, will feel that he could have gotten a wicket as well. So good cricket happening all around. The bowler is in with a chance, and the batter is also looking for scoring chances. With that, Sharvin with his second delivery, the batter walks across this time. Sharvin just staying away from the hitting zone, but in the process overcompensates. That's been signaled a wide. So the first run of the over of Sharvin is underway, and Jamshed at the moment 10 of 8. Although he's smashed two boundaries, but since then it has looked like he's struggling for some runs here. Sharvin to continue. Good looking delivery, but that is well placed into the leg side. Uses the wrist to absolute perfection. That's how much of control he has on that shot. And Jamshed Akhtar picks up a crucial boundary here, especially so early in the over of Sharvin Muniandi to just push him on the back foot. Look at that. That was placed away from outside off stump, and that really shows how much of a control he has when he's playing shots on the leg side. Jamshed will feel well now about himself, and he's moved on to 14 of just 9 deliveries. Sharvin, on the other hand, looks like he's bowling within himself, not really putting in that extra yard. He needs to bend his back a little bit more and maybe get a little bit more pace on his ball. Otherwise, it looked like Jamshed Akhtar is facing Sharvin Muniandi at a very comfortable pace here. Four more deliveries remaining, and this time deceives him. The ball doesn't rise to as much as he would have anticipated. and shy at the stump, but completes the run with ease. Good running and a good call from the captain side disease. And for the first time today, Sharvin coming in to bowl to the left-hander captain side disease. And that is well bowled. He picks up a wicket. This is crucial. This is why he's known to be the man with the golden arm. He picks up the wicket of Saeed Aziz, who has to go back, look good for his stay, but now he's picked up the wicket. A faint edge that goes all the way to the wicket keeper, and Sharvin is very happy. He has muted celebrations here, but I can assure you he's definitely feeling very well about himself. Look at that, just that angle creating that missed opportunity, and Said Aziz thought he can go after him, but in the end just gets that faint nick to the wicketkeeper. That is very good bowling, an excellent reward for some outstanding, consistent bowling from Sharvin Munyandi. 3.4 overs completed, it's 30, and Perak already draws the first blood. In comes the danger man, Virendeep Singh. But if Perak is able to pick up a few wickets here, definitely they will feel that they have runs on the board. Scoreboard pressure can eventually just help them play some false strokes, and maybe in the process they can pick up a few more wickets. So at the moment, the required run rate is 10.84, but Virendeep Singh is the danger man. He's in form. He can play shots all around the ground. He's equally good on the off side as well as the leg side. Sharvin, can he pick up one more? That will be the question of Amir Khan Malik. Let's see how it goes. And Virendeep Singh is on strike. Two more deliveries remaining in this over. Starts off nicely, driven across, but goes straight to the fielder at backward of point. It's a dot to start things off here. This is really an opening for Perak to just go in with some consistent bowling. Maybe just bowl a few dot balls, increase the required run rate, and eventually, when it's just going out of the hand, the batters will definitely go after it. And look at that once again, a top edge, leading edge, ball goes up in the air, opportunity, big moment in the game, and it is taken. Sharvin Munianti brings in yet another one, and this is why he's known to be the exact wicket taker that he is. Once again, picks up two in that single over, and now he's definitely broken the back of this batting lineup. Both Sharvin has been able to pick up both sides as well as Virendeep Singh at the moment. And right now, things are looking very, very difficult. Perak in full control, and 4 overs are completed. It's 30 with a loss of two. It is Virendeep Singh gone for a duck. Would you believe it? Look at that dismissal. He did not really go full at it, a false stroke, getting that leading edge, ball going straight up in the air. These are difficult catches. Fielder was rightly placed. He has dropped a catch before, let me remind you, and this time he does not make any kind of mistake. Extremely well done, and it is that man who does the good one more time. Sharvin Muriandi, hats off. What a performance with the bat, and now coming out to bowl, picking up not just one, two wickets, and breaking the absolute batting lineup with a full controlled over. Amir Khan to continue starts off by attacking the pads of Jamshed Akhtar, and right now Perak is in full control, and you can see that the body language of the fielders are on point. They are making lots of noise. They're hyping themselves up, and right now Kuala Lumpur is in dire need of a partnership. Ahmed Faiz has lots of experience, and he's now coming out to join Jamshed Akhtar. One more wicket really here will give Perak an edge, and from there it will be very difficult for Kuala Lumpur to come back into this game. Beautiful delivery this time, almost picking up an outside edge. Keeper doing a fantastic job as well. And right now, looks like Perak is absolutely cruising. Definitely have to talk about Sharvin one more time. Sharvin has made such a huge impact with the ball. He's conceded just 6 runs in his spell so far in that 1 over, and he's just gotten 2 wickets. That's how tight he's been, how disciplined, and how clever he's been to just apply the right amount of pressure. And exactly when Kuala Lumpur needed some runs, he's chipped in with a couple of wickets. You can signal, you can see the signal from the umpire. Suddenly, Amir Khan has gone for a no ball, and this is not something that the captain would have wanted. He is himself to blame, and just like that, Jamshed gets a license to go after this delivery. Can this be a relief? Place that onto the leg side, and that will trickle away to the boundary. So Amir Khan wanted to maintain the pressure. This time is unable to do it because of that free hit. The batter just waited for that, and given the license, he was going after it. Eventually gets the gap and gets 4. We have to say that it was that over from Sharvin Muniandi which really brought Perak into this game. And look at that, some fine glove work by the wicketkeeper today. Already we've seen him doing such a fantastic work. Virendip Singh, who just came out to bat, it was quite a surprise for him to go after it. He's gone for a duck. That's a rarity. This time slightly shorter and picks up a single. At the moment, it's 37 for 2, just 4.5 overs done. Perak bowlers are fighting hard, and this game is definitely far from over. Sharvin has been exceptional. He's picked up both the wickets. So right now, Perak are finding themselves in a position where if they can sneak in one more wicket, then we can definitely say that not much more batting to come in terms of experience, I'm saying, because there are the likes of Arslan Shabir as well as Diaz Patro. But of course, they are not Said Aziz or Firandeep Singh, which are prominent names in terms of Malaysia cricket. Finishes off with an interesting over. Amir Khan, 3 overs gone for 21. He hasn't picked up a wicket. 5 overs completed. It's 39 runs with a loss of 2. Plenty of options with the spin for Perak as well. So when they decide to go after, I think they have much opportunities with spin as well. At the moment, it is Lahiru, another medium pacer introduced, and this is going to be the last over of the power play. And Kuala Lumpur find themselves in a very critical situation. They have to go after the bowling as well because the required run rate is 11.2, but at the same time, they are in dire need of a partnership. Shamshed at the moment is 21 of 15, and Ahmed Faiz has just joined him. He scored a run ball too. So while they need to maintain the partnership, they have to ensure that no further wickets fall, but at the same time, they'll have to keep their eyes on that required run rate as well. So this is the right moment for a bowler like Lahiru to just come into the attack. he can be a wicket taker, and that is exactly what Perak will be hoping for. If he produces a wicket here, that will really break the backbone of this batting lineup. And here he comes steaming in. Good run up and a very good release. Getting a little bit of pace as well. And if he's attacking the stump, it can be difficult for someone like Ahmed Faiz as well as Jamshed to negotiate. Starts off nicely. 5 more deliveries remaining. He needs to maintain exactly that because we're still in the power play. Once again, just maintaining that, but this time gets a leading edge, but ball traveling to the leg side. Will not be too unhappy with that. Looks like the pace is creating a little bit of difficulty for the batters out there in the middle. So far, the balls haven't been met with the meaty part of the bat, and they're playing with an intention to just survive. They can't afford to do that for too long because the required run rate is on the climb here. At the moment, it is 11.32. And if they play run a ball, this is not going to cut it. And just when I say that, Ahmed Faiz advances down the track and smashes it on towards the offside, picks up a boundary. This is his first, and exactly what was required. He cannot allow someone like Lahiru to settle in, and this is the kind of intent that we're waiting to see from the batters of Kuala Lumpur. Jamshed Akhtar has himself picked up 4 boundaries and needs to be there really if Kuala Lumpur are to make something out of this chase. Because, like I mentioned before, not too many batters are to be waiting there. With 2 wickets down, at least this partnership needs to put on some sort of a respectability, and maybe then the middle order can come in and express themselves. And just like that, he waits for that one and guides it to the leg side. Square leg does well. Eventually, it will be just a single. Already 7 of this over, 2 more deliveries remaining. Lahiru has pulled with a little bit of pace, but since he has considered a boundary, this is turning out to be the over that Kuala Lumpur were hoping for. And at the moment, still searching for 1 more wicket here because they really are in with a chance. Required run rate 11.23. Lahiru to continue. That's a poor delivery down the leg side. Keeper also misses, and that will race away to the boundary. Poor delivery, and the results that Kuala Lumpur would have hoped for. That is 5 wides and some pressure release for them. It was a poor delivery, definitely, but the keeper should have stopped it. I think he went in with the dive, but somehow the ball just trickled away underneath him, and that has gone away for a boundary. So eventually, this is turning out to be an expensive over, and that just helps the run rate to come down slightly. Once again, looking to free his arm, this time traveling straight to the fielder, and Ahmed Faiz is able to just stay in his crease on that occasion. With that, it's a crucial dot delivery. Now, 1 more remaining. He needs to finish well. If you look at the scoreboard, somehow they have still managed to put on 51 runs after almost the completion of the 6th over. So we can say that they have gotten the run somehow, but it's just that the wickets have fallen at regular intervals. They definitely wouldn't have wanted both Saidasis and someone like Virendeep back at the hut. And looks like on the charge and a big mistake. It is Jamshed who has to walk back. Lahiru was given the responsibility of picking up a wicket, and he has delivered. He's picked up the wicket of the other opener, Jamshed Akhtar, who's looking so good. Just out of nowhere, he felt like it is the last ball of the power play. Maybe I should just go after it. And in the process, he's not connected it at all. The ball went straight up in the air. Easy catch, really, for the fielder at long on, and he doesn't make any kind of mistake. That's a crucial part of this game. And now we're approaching a very interesting stage of this chase. At the moment, 3 wickets are lost. The power play is completed. It's 51 runs with a loss of 3. Oh, beautifully bowled. It is Rahim Khan into the attack. Perak have dominated this opening phase with their clinical bowling and some sharp fielding. They've taken early wickets and kept the run rate under control. They have really kept putting KL on the back foot here. And with that, we're seeing the introduction of spin. This is really the phase we had mentioned even before the start of the game. Perak have many spinners up their rank, and it is going to be difficult because someone like Rahim Khan is known for his accurate leg spinners. Perak are looking to switch some gears. They're bringing on the experience of Rahim Khan into play. With the required run rate climbing, you definitely have to start going after the leg spin. And we know that whenever you're going after some sort of slog or some in the air shots, it's never easy to go against leg spinners because one thing is deciding to go after a particular delivery and the other is working with the pace. So spinners will definitely look to vary the flight and pace, and just like that, an opportunity and straightforward attempt. And it is Arsenal who's gone first ball. Would you believe it? A wicket of the very first ball against Arsenal Shabir, who's a danger man at this format. And he has to go back now to the pavilion. It's 52 for 4, and Perak are absolutely running riot against this batting lineup of Kuala Lumpur, which promised a lot, but just not delivering. Just look at that. That is some smart bowling from Rahim Khan. It was in that zone, and really with some perfect field placement, it was eyeing for trouble. Arsalan Shabir couldn't resist himself, and look at them. They are celebrating. Smiles all around for Perak, but trouble, all trouble right now for Kuala Lumpur. Perak are executing so well here. They're in with the choke. They have definitely stopped the flow of runs, and with each wicket, they're creating more and more opportunities to just go for the jugular. What a turnaround by Perak. Kuala Lumpur's middle over now faces a test of challenge. Can they weather the steep spin storm and can they continue to score the runs, or will this be turning out to be a very difficult outing for them with the bat in hand? They promised a lot, but so far they're struggling to just keep hold of their wickets. And in comes Diaz Patro Deepak Kumar. He's been extremely promising in that under 16 Asian Cricket Council tournament. And right now he's straight away making a name for himself, and he's proven himself up towards the rank and now coming out to bat for Kuala Lumpur. This is a big opportunity for him because the team is under tremendous pressure. He needs to do well here, but it is not going to be easy against someone like Rahim Khan, who is running riots here at the moment. Picked up a wicket of the very third delivery here, and we'll have to wait and see how this youngster is able to negotiate the bowling of the quality of Rahim Khan. Rahim Khan just needs to attack the stump. And look at that. The technique of this man has been so phenomenal. Even during the under 16 matches, we've seen how good he has been. He likes to play the ball with a lot of merit, and he can understand the length and the line of the ball a little bit too early. Look at his stance as well. Quite technical in the way he bats, and even at such a young age, he's phenomenal. And at the other end, he's batting with Ahmed Faiz, one of the most prominent names for Malaysia. He's been around for so long, and it's such a good match because from one end we have experience, and from the other we have the future. So we'll have to wait and see if Malaysia cricket is in good hands or not. Right now, it is Rahim Khan, another youngster who's doing so well. Starts off with a dot ball, beautifully bowled, and he plays that with such a straight bat. No error in terms of technical approach. And with that, he gets a single and he finishes off the over. So 7 overs done. It's 54 with a loss of 4. And right now, things are looking very difficult for Kuala Lumpur. They definitely are in need of a partnership, and no better time than this to have the experience of Ahmed Faiz come to be fruitful for them. Mudita Lakshan is back. His previous over was expensive, but you have to understand that it was a different part of the game. In the power play, it's never easy to bowl to someone like Saidisi, especially left-arm spin against left-hand bat. Sometimes that can work in different of your favor. But now he has an opportunity. He has two right-handers out there in the middle, and if the throw was a direct hit, maybe Ahmed Faiz would be going back to the hut. It was a difficult run, but these are the kind of effort you need to just have momentum back in your way. And on the other hand, a better throw was required, but these are difficult chances, really. And now it is Diaz Petro who's on strike. I think the captaincy of someone like Amir Khan is definitely on the asking here. Is he going to attack the new batter? Is he going to make life a little bit difficult for him? Or is he going to allow him a few runs here? And maybe they're willing to bowl to someone like Ahmed Faiz. We're still waiting to see. Nicely bowled this time. And the bowler does a good effort of his own bowling. That's a dot ball. Mudita has an opportunity to just improve his spell here. Considered a few runs in his previous over. Now he's trying to just rectify that. But look at that timing. Excellent shot from Diaz Patro. But they will be needing more of those because the required run rate has climbed up to over 12 at the moment. 151 still needed of 12.3. And if they don't get boundaries at regular intervals, that will keep shooting up. This time goes in with the arm. That's a good delivery against Ahmed Faiz, who just looks to rock back and is trying to guide that into the gap. Unable to do so on that previous occasion. Here's Mudita to continue, changes that length, and Ahmed Faiz comes down at it, but keeps it down to just a single. Singles and doubles are definitely not going to cost Perak too much here. But what an over that was from Sharvin Muniandi. He's one over going for 6 runs, and he hasn't been brought back into the attack either. It's just the damage that he has already done. He's picked up the wicket of Saidis and Virendeep in the very single over. That tells us a lot about the contribution that he makes as an all-rounder for his team. Before, in his outing with the bat, he made 47. And look at that over from Mudita Lakshan, gone for just 2 runs. What an over that was. And right now, Perak is definitely in full control of this game. They have controlled the runs flow, picked up wickets at regular interval as well, and now 151 runs needed. It's looking very difficult from here. And look who comes back. Another very good bowler, Rahim Khan Malik, into the attack. He's done well as well. He picked up a wicket. And in with a chance. Ball goes up in the air, leading edge. Someone should be able to get it. And another opportunity. This is a big moment. This is a crucial moment. Out of nowhere, really, Ahmed Faiz going for that sweep shot. You have to ask, is it really required? Especially given that he doesn't have any other partners. But that went in and out. Should have been taken, and a big miss. Fielding suddenly is not looking quite spectacular here because they have promised us a lot in terms of how they have bowled. And right now, on a couple of occasions, we've seen a catch that should have been taken, and the keeper should have really stopped it from being a single. So suddenly, they're releasing the pressure that they have themselves built. And for a moment, I thought that has gone straight through the defense, but not so. Living dangerously, Ahmed Faiz here. He's just trying to go after the bowling, but it hasn't looked very easy. And with that, things are looking very difficult. He needs to have his composure back. Once again, I thought a direct hit would be very interesting. What is Ahmed Faiz trying to do here? He has the experience. I can understand that at the moment his strike rate is fallen under 100, but that doesn't mean he needs to go all guns blazing, irrespective to how the bowling has been. And look at that poor delivery one more time. And for a moment, I thought that the fielder was inside the circle. It has gone all the way to a maximum. And finally, some pressure release for Ahmed Faiz here. This is what he can do. That catch should have really been taken. And if he's allowed a chance, he can damage the bowling lineup. Just like that, he's cleared the fence with a flat 6 and really done the damage for this over. Already 8 of it. What could have been a brilliant over, turning out to be a good one for Ahmed Faiz. And just like that, he continues and gets another six, another flat six. And Rahim Khan, will you have to feel for him because he bowled well. But even though he's done that, luck hasn't really favored him. On that occasion, it was a good shot, but really, we have to say that the results could have been very different if that catch was taken. Much needed runs for Kuala Lumpur here. At the moment, 136 needed of 11 overs. Required run rate is 12.36. So, turning out to be a very important part of this game. And the required run rate will be climbing if they don't continue to hit sixes. TS Patro is out to accompany Ahmed Faiz at the moment. He's 3 of 6. And thanks to those two sixes, he's moved on to 25 of 16. Right now, the left arm spinner is back into the attack. Mudita Lakshan. His 2 overs gone for 15 runs. He's bowled 4 dot deliveries as well. But I have to say that he's been specially effective against the young batsman, Diaz Patro. Credit to Amir Khan Malik, especially going with a very attacking field set against the new batter. We know that there will be some early nerves, and he's a batter with a good technique, but his technique will be tested here. Not getting any kind of timing, neither getting the cap. Ahmed Faiz is looking a bit frustrated. He wants the strike, and for Kuala Lumpur, it is very important that Ahmed Faiz gets most of it. Mudita is bowling really well here, and that's a poor delivery. Just when I say that, smashed away, and that will be the first six for Diaz Petro. He's not someone who just wanders around. Even though he doesn't have the experience, he's one of the most promising stars that Malaysia has to offer. And look how quickly he capitalizes. This is very fast reading of the length, and he delivers that to perfection. What a shot that is! It just shows how promising he is as a youngster and the future that is there for him if he continues to bat the way he is batting here. Quickly moves on to 9 of 9, and he has to go around and play that role as well. He can't afford to just anchor from one end because if Kuala Lumpur are to make something out of this chase, they need to get as many as possible from both these batters. Mudita just concedes yet another six and has his work cut off here. Beautifully bowled this time, just not allowing the pace for Diaz Petro to work with. And eventually that's another dot ball. So it's either been dot or been six so far in this over. 2 more deliveries remaining. We are almost nearing the end of that halfway stage. Mudita Lakshan will want to finish well for Perak here. Creates a little bit of room one more time. This time there will be square leg in place. So it will only be a single. So for the last delivery from Mudita Lakshan, Ahmed Faiz will be on strike. He's hit 2 beautiful sixes already and just one boundary at the moment, striking at a strike rate of 156. Ahmed Faiz will have to do a lot of work here. Can he pick up one more? Tries to go after it, goes for that cut shot, ball keeping slightly lower than anticipated. Eventually a dot ball. So half the stage, it's 78 for 4. And right now the umpires are calling in for a little bit of drinks perhaps. And that is a well-deserved break at this stage. The chase looks critical, but 129 runs needed from 10 overs. It can go either ways, but definitely a lot will rely on Ahmed Faiz here. Welcome back. The drinks break have just concluded. 10 overs gone, and Kuala Lumpur sit at 78 for 4. It's been a steady rebuild for Kuala Lumpur, but let's be very clear, Perak are still very much in control of this match. With the run rate climbing and 4 wickets already down, the pressure firmly is on the batting side. Perak's bowlers have kept things very tight, especially through this middle over. And now the spinners are working with their magic. And just when I say that, it is a change in the bowling. Lahiru, after the drinks break, has been handed the ball. At the crease at the moment is Ahmed Faiz, who's standing like a warrior. He's batting on 25 of just 17. He's batting with intent and holding Kuala Lumpur's hopes together. He's shown in his class, and he's also just had that slight bit of luck in his way. And on the other hand, we've seen that someone like the leg spinner Rahim Khan almost had an opportunity to pick his wicket up earlier, but since that did not happen, it's a chance for Ahmed Faiz to continue just putting in the difficult work. Alongside him is Diaz Petro. He's done well. He's batted on 10 of 12 deliveries, showing signs of promise and playing with a calm head. They both need to have a push on from here. Good looking shot this time from PS Patro, but that will only be a single. So Lahiru has picked up a wicket. He's continuing to create a little bit of pressure with half the innings already gone, and at the moment 128 runs still needed from just under 60 deliveries. Kuala Lumpur have a mountain definitely to climb, and unless Fires starts off to produce something miraculous, this chase might just be slipping away. Perak is tightening the grip, and in my opinion, they are ahead of this game. Looks like Ahmed Faiz is trying to do something different, and this is really a harsh call from the umpire because the batter had already moved across a couple of steps towards the offside. And if the bowler is trying to compensate by bowling away from his hitting zone, I don't think he's done anything wrong with it. So that's really the laws of the game that we are stuck with. And sometimes it can be very difficult for bowlers. And at the moment, look where Ahmed Faiz is standing. He's covered all of the stumps. And I wonder what is the problem if the bowler is trying to stay away from the hitting zone? And just like that, it is easy picking from Ahmed Faiz. He flicks that away on the leg side and he goes off strike. But really, I have to sympathize with Lahiru Darshana. He's done a good job with the ball in hand today. Already picked up a wicket, and so far he's done a good job in terms of containing the batters. It was never easy to bowl to Jamshed Akhtar, and he also picked up his wicket. So right now, the question will be, can he get a breakthrough here? Even that of Diaz Petro will do. That is nicely driven. It was a fuller delivery and fielded as well. Eventually, he is allowed that couple of runs to be taken. Good backing up by the bowler himself. And this is turning out to be a good over once again for Perak. Just 5 runs off it in the first 4 deliveries, 2 more deliveries remaining. And just have an eye on that required run rate. It is 13.29. Kuala Lumpur has been a little bit too comfortable for our liking. They're batting with a run rate of 7.78. When you're chasing 207, this is not really what you are expected to do, especially given the fact that it is such a strong batting lineup. Not in full control this time. Diaz Petro plays it down to long on and gets a single and brings back Ahmed Faiz to face that last ball of that over. 129.23 rather still needed and just over 9 overs to be bowled. And once again, innovative in its approach. That is quite difficult if the umpire is signaling a wide ball, especially given the fact that the batter is standing across the fifth stump. I don't know where the bowler should bowl, and this is when the bowlers have my full sympathy. There's no margin of error, especially when the batter is going and shuffling across the crease. And sometimes it's a very difficult situation for the bowlers to just think of a delivery and not just deliver a sweet ball on a platter for the batter who's just asking the ball to be hit. And that is nicely played this time on the offside. The chase from the fielder will be futile and he picks up a boundary. So you got a feel for Lahiru Darshana here. Although he's considered a boundary, I don't think he's done too much wrong there. It was a Yorker on that off stump, and Ahmed Faiz has to be given credit as well, especially due to the fact that he's upset the rhythm of the fast bowler here and he's picked up a boundary. So with that, the bowler finishes off his spell. He's bowled 2 overs, and right now I believe the spinners will be just allowed to operate. The score on the board is 89 with the loss of 4, and the required run rate is 13.11. For the first time today, we are seeing the introduction of Ajab Khan. Ajab Khan was phenomenal with the bat in hand today. He was the standout, really, in my opinion. He scored 54 of just 25 deliveries with a strike rate of 216. He's hit 4 sixes and 5 boundaries. So he's really a man who's riding some good form here. Can he translate that with the ball in hand as well? So Ajab Khan with his leg spin into the attack against Diaz Petro. Flighted delivery to start off, and he punishes that down the ground. Good enough for a couple of runs, but in the end, looks like they have decided to settle in with that single. He's batting at a strike rate of just under 100, and that's really not something Perak will be too worried of. Look at that. Once again, he's standing on the middle stump, and excellent effort in the deep by the fielder, and just cuts it off before reaching the boundary. But look at that. It's been quite an interesting stance from Ahmed Faiz. He's covering the stump, he's standing on the off stump, and he's just asking the bowler to bowl exactly where he wants them to. So, quite premeditated in his approach, but looks like it is delivering. Leg spin this time, and look at that. The umpire is going to signal anything that is on the leg stump to be a wide. And Ajab Khan, who doesn't have any option to bowl on the offside, is forced to bowl at the batting, almost to the bat of Ahmed Faiz here. So this time he's changing things slightly. He's coming around the wicket against Ahmed Faiz and really making it slightly difficult. And look at that, the keeper misses. So it's quite something different that is being attempted by Ahmed Faiz here. But for his benefit, it is working for him. So full credit to him. Ajab Khan changes once again, this time coming over the wicket and gets a dot ball. So it's much better for him, given the fact that Diaz Patro is now on strike. And so far, Ahmed Faiz has made life very difficult for the leg spinners out there, especially given the fact that he's standing on the fifth stump. So really making it difficult for the bowlers to access that offside. And he's almost making them bowl to the leg stump. And almost as if he's premeditated that he's going to play everything on the leg side here. So with that, we have a break in play. Just trying to see what has happened here. I think the batter was hit on the full, and that is why the umpire are allowing a few seconds for him just to get that concussion check in. But I have to say that it is Ahmed Faiz, who's just standing tall with 34 of just 21 deliveries, is trying to disrupt the bowler's line here. He's trying to mess with the bowler's natural line and length and forcing them into errors. So, full credit to him, given the fact that he's allowing the bowlers to bowl exactly where he wants them to. And so far, the plan is working. This is a counter attack. He has exposed all his stump on multiple occasions, but he's still able to connect those and play them on the leg side. So, with that, the concussion check is going on, and right now we have a pause in the play. At the moment, 96 runs for 4, 11.3 overs, and 111 runs needed of 8.3. So with that, the physio is just checking with Diaz Petro, and after that, we'll be coming with further progress of this innings. So everything is all right, and Ajab Khan is to continue against Diaz Petro. At the moment, he's 15 of just 16 deliveries, and he's partnered Ahmed Faiz quite well. So we're still waiting for the umpire to signal play. And here comes the signal. So Ajab Khan to continue. Fuller delivery this time, playing it away on the leg side, and he is almost able to get the back, but the fielder in the deep does well eventually, just a single. Flighted delivery this time, just away from the hitting zone. Umpire signals a wide, so turning out to be a difficult over from Ajab Khan. Ahmed Faiz really making life difficult as a batter for the bowlers out there. And just one more delivery remaining. I think after this over, I'll be quite interested to see if a fast bowler is introduced, because so far the spinners are bowling exactly where Ahmed Faiz wants them to. Look at that. Once again, just made sure that the bowler erred in his line and length. It was a low full toss, and that is smacked away on the leg side. A six to finish the over. Gets a laugh, and eventually this is quite frustrating. Look at that. On the replay, he's standing across the stump, and the bowler doesn't really have anywhere to bowl to, and he smacks it onto the leg side for yet another maximum. Moves on to 40 of just 22. He's hit 3 sixes and 3 boundaries, and right now 103 required of just 8 overs. And just like we predicted, it looks like the fast bowler is introduced into the attack. It's going to be that man, Sharvin Muniandi, man with the golden arm, 1 over for 6 runs and 2 wickets. Can he pick up the wicket of Ahmed Faiz here? Because he really is making it very difficult and frustrating for the bowlers out there. So here comes Sharvin. He'll start off by bowling to Diaz Petro, and we'll have to wait and see if he's the man with the plan. Looks like some mind games from Sharvin Muniandi. He was running in, but in the very last moment decided that he's not quite ready, and he pulls out of the run up. And here he goes. Diaz Patro on strike. Sharvin starts off with a dot, and here he is. Slower delivery this time. The shot is on. The fielder is there, but the ball doesn't reach him, and just one bounce short of him. He goes off strike, and here is Ahmed Faiz. I'm quite interested to see if the approach is similar, because as of now, he's standing on the sixth thumb and it is working for him. He's creating that angle, and so far he's able to take everything on that leg side. Given that the bowlers have nothing much to do, because if they're persisting with anything down the leg side, it is a wide, and on the offside as well, it will be wide. So doesn't have much margin for error, and looks like he's repeating it. Can Sharvin deliver? And unfortunately, that's going to be yet another wide. So full marks for innovation when it comes to Ahmed Faiz here. He's done an exceedingly good job in terms of spoiling the rhythm of the bowlers who are doing such a good job in terms of bowling with accuracy here. And so far, I think the bowlers have found it a little bit difficult in terms of following him. They're definitely playing into his hands straight away. Instead of sticking to a plan, the bowlers, including Sharvin Munindi, are trying to chase his movement. And just like that, it is yet another pull shot, and that is smashed away on the leg side for another boundary. And looks like Ahmed Faiz is someone whose experience is coming into play, and he is the one who's dictating the terms here. What an event, what a turnout, and what an idea from Ahmed Faiz. I think many of the batters, after watching this game today, can just start doing exactly what he has. Because why not? The bowlers can have only one option when the batter is trying to do that, and they have to bowl at the stump. And Ahmed Faiz is someone who dominates the leg side play, and right now, Sharvin Munyandi is just bowling exactly where he wants him to. Maybe just mix him up, maybe go for a Yorker, and just like that, he smashes one more time. The Yorker goes wrong. That is flicked away on the leg side. Yet another boundary for Ahmed Faiz, who's looking absolutely gorgeous in trying to go on with that innovation. And if someone with the experience of Sharvin Munyandi is failing to execute a Yorker, that really tells us how good Ahmed Faiz has been today. Just have a look at that. He was coming round the wicket against that right-hander. He knows what is coming at him, and Ahmed Faiz is alert to the situation and almost turning that full toss and gets the reward that he wanted to. So I think what Sharvin Muniandi needs to make sure is he cannot panic. He needs to go for a clever delivery, maybe go for a slower one. And just like that, he's creating a room for himself on the offside and changing it up. Almost too predictable for Ahmed Faiz here. Even though 92 required in 7.1 overs, things are looking very difficult for, I think, the Perak bowlers, because they're finding it difficult for their mental peace as well, because Ahmed Faiz is moving across the crease and the bowlers are not having anywhere to bowl to. And with that, it is much better for Sharvin, the fact that Diaz Petro was on strike, at least for one delivery, and now he finishes off that over. So Diaz will keep strike, 13 overs done, 116 with the loss of 4. And right now, Ahmed Faiz is approaching his milestone. And that will be the last over from Mudita Lakshan. His 3 overs have gone for 22 runs. He's up against the very set Diaz Petro at the moment, 18 of 21, but that's really not going to be good enough from here on. He's definitely withered the storm, but now he needs to start going. And this is going to be the right opportunity for him, because Mudita is someone who will bring the ball into him and trying to create from some room on the leg side. Doesn't get the connection. The umpire not in favor of the appeal, because perhaps that is going over the top of the stump. Starts off with a prize dot ball, and I'm very interested to see if Diaz Petro goes for a single here and brings Ahmed Faiz back on strike. At the moment, we have to give him full credit. What a innings this has been from Ahmed Faiz. He's gotten 49 of 25, and just like that, another single for Diaz Petro here goes on to score 19 of 23, and it is that man, Ahmed Faiz, who's going to be on strike. He's on 49, and this is Mudita up against Ahmed Faiz here, and look where he's standing. Exactly what he wanted to do, and he's still doing exactly that. Unorthodox, but how effective has this been? A seasoned campaigner with subtle movement, and there he comes in. The bowler trying to do something different as well. So here he is, not really going after the ball. He's fully committed to his unorthodox six-stump stance. And just like that, he hovers it on the leg side, gets the single, and gets to half century. What an innings this has been. It has been classy, unorthodox, definitely, but it has definitely been commanding as well. Just when Kuala Lumpur needed someone to take control, Ahmed Faiz stepped up with experience and with the crafty innovation as well. What an innings so far this has been. With the single, Diaz Petro is back on strike, but we can take nothing away from Ahmed Faiz. He goes downtown this time and he hits it for a six. Exactly what we anticipated. Mudita is someone that Diaz Petro will feel that he can take on and hits the six exactly when he needs to. Just have a look at that tossed up delivery, not in full power, as we can say, but the timing is all that is needed from someone like Diaz Petro to take the ball over to the boundary line. This is the second time he's cleared the boundary, and he's done it quite comfortably. 83 needed in 6.2. At the moment, Perak will feel that they're still in full control, but we have to say that Ahmed Faiz is pulling off a masterclass in terms of innovation under pressure, and he's well supported by someone like Diaz Petro. Two more deliveries remaining in the over, and they are still looking to figure out a way to pick up a wicket here. After a little bit of a delay, Mudita Lakshan is to continue up against Diaz Petro, which just smoked him for a six. Have to see how he comes back. Two more deliveries remaining. This needs to be a strong one. Can he pick up a wicket here? His wickets column is still empty. Only Sharvin Muniandi, Lahiru, and Rahim Khan features in that column. So far, 4 wicket down. It's 83 required from 6.2. Still trying to get that perfect field placement. And here he comes. With provider this time, plays that away nicely, chases on, and just a single. That is all that is going to be. So Ahmed Faiz will be in for that last ball, and he's been extremely effective. Oh, he's continued to dictating terms. He's forcing the field adjustment, and once again, he gets one on the leg side, and he pulls that one away. This time, the square leg fielder does well. It will only be a six. It will only be a single, and Ahmed Faiz will keep strike. 14 overs done, 126 with a loss of 4. This is the perfect time to talk about that costly drop catch of Ahmed Faiz. He could have gone back to the hut, and it is that man who's back into the attack who created that chance. So right now it is Rahim Khan into the attack, and Ahmed Faiz is on strike one more time against him. That is smoked away on the leg side, pierces the gap beautifully, almost as if he was geometrically ready to bisect the two fielders to perfection. Picks up a boundary of the first ball, and he's looking very dangerous. Shot selection has been absolutely immaculate, and look at the positioning, clever and disruptive. Perak is definitely throwing their best bowlers at him, and they're trying to test his patience with those angles and the field placement, but so far he's been just a touch too good for the bowlers out here. The chase is very much alive as long as Ahmed Faiz is out there, and Kuala Lumpur must have belief in themselves. They have the architect of this inning still out there. He's going strong, 56 of 29, and Diaz Petro has also started to look good, 26 of 25. Now he needs to up the scoring. Short pitch delivery, cut away this time over the top and away from the fielder at short cover. Just doesn't get the gap this time, and the fielder in the deep does well. So eventually, Rahim Khan is trying to do something different here. And as you can see, that it was a short and wide delivery, almost asking to be hit. You have to feel that it was it was Diaz Petro who missed out on that previous delivery. And on that occasion, Ahmed Faiz doesn't. hits a six, and moves on to 62 of just 30 deliveries, scoring at a strike rate of well over 200 right now. And as long as he's there, Kuala Lumpur will believe. Look at that. He is almost walking away from the crease. He's almost batting outside the crease, if you ask me. And now it is 69 needed from 5.2. They're still in with a chance. And look where he's batting. I really can't fathom this. Finally one at the stump. Why couldn't he do it before? That's the question that I was pondering. And it is Rahim Khan who finally has the last laugh. He deserved the wicket. There were plenty of opportunities and he had missed out on it. But right now he'll be feeling very happy with himself. And eventually it is Rahim Khan who picks up the wicket of Ahmed Faiz. Just one delivery that was attacking the stump has produced the good. And you have to wonder where were these deliveries in the outings before. On the other hand, full credit to someone like Ahmed Faiz has done so well, especially coming out to bat with a different kind of an intent. He's gotten 62 of 31, exactly scoring at a strike rate of 200. As long as he was there, Kuala Lumpur were definitely hoping that they can get something out of this chase. Right now, things are looking difficult. 69 of 5.1, required run rate is 13.35. Rahim Khan has been phenomenal. Of course, the spell doesn't really show it. He's conceded 29 runs, but he's bowled exceptionally well. And with that fall of a wicket, Khiza Hayat comes in to join Diaz Petro out there. And at the moment, just 5.1 overs remaining, 69 runs needed. Rahim Khan will have one more over remaining after this, and we'll have to see how differently he goes, given the fact that a more traditional Khizar Hayat has walked out to the middle. And look where he's taking the guard at leg stump. That's something that was completely missing when Ahmed Faiz was batting. How unconventional he was, but definitely it has paid off for him. Final delivery of the over takes a single, and Khizar Hayat will keep strike. So, with that single, the score on the board is 139 for 5 and will be coming in with the last 5 overs. After a long while, we're seeing the captain Amir Khan back into the attack, and he's up against Khizar Hayat, who definitely has the powerful strokes. He's partnering Diaz Patro. At the moment, he's 27 of 26, and Khizar Hayat is already off the mark. So Amir Khan to continue. Here he is. Starts off with a short pitch delivery, smoked away on the leg side, exactly picking up where Ahmed Faiz left, and this is going to give him a lot of confidence. Poor delivery from Amir Khan to start off against someone like Khizar Hayat, and he doesn't miss out. What a shot that is. Just look at that. Sits up beautifully. Doesn't have the pace really to bother Khizar Hayat. And he had smoked it quite nicely. The timing absolutely on par with anyone from the top order. And he's really known to be someone who can deliver the good with the bat, even in that lower middle order phase. And the beautiful looking cut shot this time pierces the gap and looks like Khizar Hayat is man on a mission. A few of those will really pull Kuala Lumpur back in terms of their comfort zone. And this time it is really giving Kuala Lumpur some hope here. Look at that shot and wide and cut away beautifully from Khizar Hayat. Amir Khan has been greeted with an uncomfortable start. He has already gone for a 6 and a 4. Kuala Lumpur will need a few of those to just bring themselves back in the game. At the moment, 58 needed from 4.4. Amir Khan has sent the keeper back, and right now maybe he'll try to do something different here. Khizar Hayat is on strike, looking very confident. 11 of just 3. Length delivery, just trying to guide that towards third man, and gets a crucial dot delivery here. Fuller delivery, and Khizar Hayat is just happy to defensively go at that. He picks up a single and brings back Diaz Patro on strike. And this time it is Diaz Petro who's looking to free his arm, plays that nicely on the offside. Singles and doubles are definitely not going to cut it for them. At this stage, they need boundary. And Diaz Petro, who's played a classical innings, he needs to understand that these are the times of the game when he needs to up his tempo. He needs to go after the bowling because a run a ball kind of an innings at this stage won't really cut it off for Kuala Lumpur here. And on the other hand, Khizar Hayat is playing a very good hand. He's trying to go after the bowling, and Amir Khan has produced an expensive over. He's considered 13 in it. He concludes his overs, and we're at the death stage of this innings. So, in the death overs, it will be quite interesting to see who Amir Khan goes to. And we have to say he has quite a few options as well. Sharvin Munyandi has 2 overs remaining. Lahiru Darshana has also 2 overs up his rank. Ajab Khan's 1 over went for 14, so maybe they will not go to him. And Rahim Khan has 1 more over remaining. So those are the options really to talk about. And we'll have to see how they go on from here. Here comes the leg spinner and a beautiful delivery to start off against Khizar Hayat. A Sloxu attempted and eventually missed it completely. This time playing away with soft hand and eventually gets a single here. 54 needed in 3.4, and when runs are needed, they're not picking up boundaries as regularly as they would have liked. At the moment, they're finding themselves in a very difficult situation. That is why runs on the board are very important. And after winning the toss, Kuala Lumpur decided to have a bowl first, but it's just that they had conceded far too many runs. And that is why they are chasing such a big total. 207 was never going to be easy. And on that occasion, another very good delivery from Rahim Khan, attacking the stump, not really allowing Diaz Patro to free his arms. And out of nowhere, a soft dismissal. Khiza Hayat has to go back to the hut. He knew that Khiza Hayat is someone who will be advancing down the track, but on that occasion, beautifully bowled and just away from that hitting zone. The keeper, Captain Said Aziz, does the rest. Brilliantly done. It's a good cameo, 14 of 9, but eventually undone by some smart bowling. Just have a look at that replay. He was always aware that Khizar Hayat will be advancing and just getting that little bit of an extra turn from that pitch on that last occasion to have undone him. Beautifully bowled. Rahim Khan picks up 3 and he's shown how good he is. And with that, Mohammad Azri Azhar joins Diaz Petro and he gets off the mark of the very first delivery. At the moment, Diaz Petro is batting on 29 of 28, strike rate hovering below run a ball. And while we often praise how elegant he is in his approach, is needed to play more of those kind of shots throughout his innings, and that's been something that was missing because in T20 cricket we often need some muscle power, and more than the aesthetics, it's the intent that often is more rewarding. He's playing with proper cricketing shots, but he's not accelerating. He looks fluent, but fluency doesn't keep the scoreboard ticking. That's the point that I'm trying to make here. What he needs to do is he needs to find some shots that is in the gap and he needs to rotate the strike more often. He scored 31 of 29, but he hasn't had much boundaries. If you look at his score, he scored 31 of 29 by the help of just two sixes. So no boundaries. That's really something that has surprised me. He's used his feet and he's played to the pitch of the ball on multiple occasions, but this innings needed to be more impactful because once a batter has placed almost 30 deliveries, a 50 is at least expected, especially when they're chasing a score of a 207 runs on the board. So this innings could have been good enough if they were chasing 110, 120, but it's going to be a learning curve for someone like Diaz Petro. Like that, Lahiru is back into the attack and starts off well once again. Have to give him credit. He's done a good job. He's picked up a wicket as well. Right now, he's bowling to two youngsters and maybe the future of Malaysia cricket here. Diaz Petro is 31 of 29, and Azri has just walked to the middle, scored 2 of 2. Lahiru has bowled with good pace and this time just cramping him up and concedes a single there. Singles and double are not going to cut it, like I mentioned before. 49 needed of 2.5, and with that single, it will be 48 needed. Required run rate is 17, and we have seen a good finish from someone like Sharvin Muniandi as well as Ajab Khan before, and Kuala Lumpur would have really hoped for someone like that to step in, and that's really someone who hasn't really shown up to the party today. Ahmed Faiz was brilliant with the bat, but other than that, I can't really think of anyone else who's made a true impact. Of course, there has been some runs scored by Diaz Petro, who scored 31, and we've seen 22 from Jamshed Akhtar right up top. But these are not runs that you remember. These are not runs that have left an impact in your mind. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. When you've come up to bat and you have a target of 207, you really needed a kind of innings that is blistering, if not big, but that is gone missing. This time, a good looking shot on the offside. Good effort by the fielder at long off. It is Sharvin Muriandi who's safe and he keeps it down to a single. So, once again, Lahiru Darshana is going out there and bowling a very good over. And it looks like Kuala Lumpur has already taken that feet off that accelerator. Runs are not coming for them as often as they would have wanted. Now things are looking very, very tough. 19.29 is the required run rate. It's going to be tougher and tougher with two balls remaining. Let's see how he goes from here. It is that man, Diaz Patro, who's on strike, trying to create some room for himself. Once again, it will just be a single. And this time it is Azri Azhar who's covering the stump. And let's see how he goes. Interesting approach, almost from the books of Ahmed Faiz. Oh, look at that! Out of nowhere, a big shot in the air, fielder underneath, and it is taken. That shot was definitely on. Lahiru Darshana picks up yet another wicket. Easy catch taken in the end from Aslam Khan. And at least we have to give him credit that he's trying to up the tempo, Azri Azhar, unlike his partner Diaz Petro from the other end, who's just looking to pick up singles. Look at that. The ball was high up in the air, just did not have enough to clear the boundary. but the intention was clear. In terms of impact, we have to say that this has been the innings that Diaz Patron would not have hoped for. He is a player we know that has the talent, and he is someone who plays with elegant stroke play. He has a good balance and he's technically sound. But in this format, especially in a chase like this, you had to convert that into big innings, especially in terms of some quick fire runs. He's been out there long enough to get his eyes set in, but hasn't found the gear shift as you would have expected from a set batter. This game has moved very quickly, and the required run rate is definitely something that doesn't wait for anyone. If you have a look at it, it's 22 right now. At this point, Kuala Lumpur needs some sort of urgency, but it's not coming from Diaz Patro at the moment. Arifullah has joined him. He is known to be a big hitter. We'll have to wait and see if he's able to clear the ropes. It will not be easy against someone like Sharvin Muniandi, who's back at it. This is going to be his third over. Already picked up 2 wickets. His previous over was slightly expensive, gone for 12. And that is why stats read 18 runs and 2 wickets. Here's Sharvin up against Diaz, driving away. Brilliant effort at backward of point, and what a pick up and throw. It will be a couple of runs because of that overthrow, but we have to give him credit. He's done a good job to have able to stop it from reaching the boundary. And here comes Sharvin. He's steaming in. Some room was created by Diaz Patro, was in the end Sharvin just proving to be quite smart, and he has outfoxed him, stayed away from his hitting zone, and at the moment 34 of 33 is what he has managed to score. Sharvin is trying to just finish his overs quickly here, and here's his next slower delivery, once again missing it completely. So Sharvin is proving to be someone who's just too smart for someone like Diaz Patro. The experience is definitely playing in. Sharvin, so far, after conceding 2 runs, has come back with 2 dot deliveries. At the moment, 2.3 overs, gone for 20 runs and picked up 2 wickets. Here he is, absolutely a contender for the man of the match today. And look at that, yet another dot ball. Would you believe it? In the penultimate over, runs have not come at all for the young man Diaz Petro here. Definitely, this is going to be a learning curve. This time plays it down the ground, but it was half stopped really, and that is why it will only be a single. So a learning curve, like I mentioned, for Diaz Petro. He's scoring at under the strike rate of 100. It's definitely tough. The pressure of a chase, the field placement, and a bowler like Sharvin who's operating. He knows how to tighten the screws. And when you're set, when you need it to just go after in a T20 format game, dot balls are starting to put dagger in terms of momentum in this innings. And just like that, it is Arifullah who manages to pick up a boundary, not in the most convincing fashion, but Diaz Petro will just have to look and watch from the other end as someone else is just trying to go after the scoring. Just have a look at that shorter pitch delivery, going with full force at it. Third man was in, but he misses it. And Sharvin finishes off by conceding a boundary. So we are in with the last over, and mathematically the equation is no longer possible. 37 runs needed of the final over. So as long as there is no ball and no wides, they'll be needed to score beyond 6 and over, 6 each ball rather, to come out as victorious in this game. So we're waiting to see who that last bowler is for Perak here. Looks like the ball is handed over to Lahiru. He's picked up 2 wickets, although he's been slightly expensive. They're going to take it. But this is one of those innings from Diaz Petro where he'll definitely look back on not for the lack of ability, but for the missed opportunity to take control when it mattered the most. The difference between what could be a great innings and what eventually is transpiring to be just a good one of resistance. Look at that, once again, not in control, and just has a shy at the stump. He gets a single and goes off strike. Arifullah is on the strike now to face the five deliveries here. Diaz Petro has shown us glimpses of class today, but sometimes T20 doesn't wait for glimpses, like I mentioned before. It demands the batter to just burst out of the scene like an absolute magician, but that has not been the case. He's still young, he's still learning, and no doubt he'll come back sharper. Lahiru to continue and talk about some sharp bowling. He's attacking the stump. Arifullah can do nothing but just pick up a single and bring Diaz Petro back on strike. And once again, a full delivery driven down the ground. It will be a single. Arifullah back on strike. Just three deliveries now remaining in this spell. Lahiru Darshana will just want to pick up a wicket and improve his stats here. Given the fact that he's conceded 31 runs, he will hope to be among the top of the wicket chart here. At the moment, that chart belongs to Rahim Khan. He's picked up three wickets, conceding just 35. Could have been better. Innovation this time from Arifullah, missing it completely in the process. And it will be a dot ball. So two more deliveries remaining now. And eventually, this has been an absolute domination from Perak today. They were phenomenal with the bat. At first, definitely we have to give them credit for scoring 206. The target of 207 was never going to be easy, and that is exactly what has happened. Wickets were falling at regular intervals, and they have never really recovered from the loss of the wickets of the captain Said Aziz and someone like Virendeep Singh. Another single, and just waiting for that final nail in the coffin to be put out. We have one more delivery remaining. It is going to be that man on strike. Let's see how he finishes. Here's the final ball of the spell. Lahiru Darshana coming to bowl to Diaz Petro and finishes off with that single. So that is it from this match. What promised to be a very competitive contest eventually turns out to be a very one-sided one. It is Perak who have won this game by 31 runs, and a victory built on intent, execution, and brilliance of that one man, especially Sharvin Muniandi. What a day he has had, at first scoring 47 in quick fire fashion and then picking up those two wickets, those two crucial wickets rather, of the captain Said Aziz and Virendeep Singh. He was phenomenal with the bat. He's put on a blaze of a show with the bat in hand, and with the ball, he's definitely turned the match on his head, picking up those two crucial wickets. So he was very good. He was outrageously good, really. And it was that man, Sharvin, who was the difference. Other than that, I think have to give credit to someone like Rahim Khan. He was phenomenal with his leg spin. And Lahiru Darshana also did good with the ball in hand. We have to give credit to Ahmed Faiz, who was so innovative in his approach. Eventually, the moment his wicket fell, it was Kuala Lumpur's innings that came to an absolute halt. Diaz Patro will look back and feel that he had lots more to learn. We'll definitely hope that he can come back strongly. So a solid all-round win for Amir Khan's team. He is someone who continues to show good with the bat and ball and in terms of captaincy as well. So in the end, it is Perak who have won the match comprehensively by 31 runs. So that is it from up here at the com box. I'm Abra Hussain. I'll be taking your leave, and tomorrow we'll be coming back with some live action. So stay tuned and stay with us. It will be exciting contest one more time. Thank you very much.
Okay, player of the match today is Shavi Munyandi, 47 runs and 2 wickets for 25 runs. Well done.